Hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to the Den Creative Live. I hope you're all doing well. Looks like we've got 3 people and 3 likes on the video, which is interesting because earlier we had 7 likes on the video. Yes, we see you, YouTube, taking away likes, doing what they do best. I just do not understand the numbers over on YouTube. It is just the weirdest thing to me. It's like, how can you take away views and likes? It just makes no sense to me. All right, but I'm going to close out of my email and quit complaining because it's a good day for some readings and some fun and hanging out with the High Vibe tribe. And I'm really happy about it. I had yet another healing session yesterday. The days just run together. Man, this still sounds very loud, and it's almost like turned down to the very minimum. Okay. Can you still hear that without it being too overpowering? Anyway, I had a second healing session with Katrina and Corbin Woodville yesterday. They're a husband and wife healer team. Oh my goodness. I'm getting texts. Let me close out of that. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. You would think Mercury was still in retrograde. Anyway, yes, back to the story at hand. I had a healing and two Fridays in a row and got rid of, I have done the work. I have dove deep, gone on, oh my goodness. Done a lot of shadow work, inner child work, oh my goodness. I can't get this to stop. It's closed out, but it keeps popping up. Anyway, there's only so much we can do a lot of times on our own without calling in the higher self. So they specialize in calling in the higher self and really getting to the root cause of, subconscious blocks, subconscious issues. And that's what I was really working with. Just a lot of stuff from my dad and his side of the family, and just so much. And they even removed a program of self-abuse. I've never been someone to cut myself or, abuse myself physically, but emotionally, mentally, all the other stuff, you bet. That's just what I do. With Saturn and Mars both in the 12th house of self-undoing, I am like my own worst enemy, self-sabotage. We cleared so much stuff that I feel like a whole new person. Just so much healing going on. So much healing going on in the collective. Many of us are just being called to get healed, to do our own healing, to search out other healers, because if you're anything like me, you can trust your intuition with other people, but when it comes to trusting your intuition for your own self, without your ego getting in the way or without your doubt getting in the way, it's really difficult for me. At least I'm moving through that now, but it's getting much better as the time goes by, but it's always been really hard for me to do my own healing and trusting my own self to take the best care of myself. Of course, I trust myself to do that for everybody else, but when it comes to myself, so difficult. I don't know if any others of you feel that same way, but I really feel a shift and a big change. So hopefully coming up, I can just be an even greater version of myself to bring you the healing messages that you guys deserve. And man, I just feel on top of the world right now. Hello, everybody. I'm going to say hello to everybody who's here, and then we're going to get into our collective reading. I just wanted today, we don't have a new moon or full moon or any eclipses or any big blasts of energy. We do kind of have the Schumann going off right now, but I don't really want to focus on that as our reading, subject. I just want to focus on our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual healing for the collective reading and what we need to know as a collective. And the collective means all of you watching right now and anyone who may stumble upon this tomorrow, a year from now, 10 years from now. It's still going to include that energy because time is very different than what we've been told. So we're including everybody who's watching this, not the human collective at large, all however many 7 billion souls on this planet, just those watching this now or later. Oh man, let's go to the comments and see who all's here. Say some hellos, read your comments. Ethan was here earlier. Vicky Downey, hello my dear. Nye Asia in the house, welcome. Hello, Gisela B. We've got Alan Crit, what's up? We've got Amy Lou. We've got Rita Vega, the real Big John Trucking. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you again. My mom is here. Hi, everyone. Thanks for all your likes, donations, subscribes, and support of Amanda's channel. I am working right now, so I cannot stay, but I love you all. Yes, and all of your lovely donations are going to help my mom, whose house burned down in July of 2019. She's still living in her camper. We're hoping 2022 will be her year. She was born on 11/22, so next year her birthday will be 11/22/22. So hopefully it's going to be her lucky year next year, and she's going to finally be out of that camper and into a more solid foundational home. Wouldn't that be great? But all of your lovely donations are going to help, and every little bit helps. So thank you so much, everybody. Mother of Chaos, feeling so sick the last 2 days. Really need this. Thank you, Amanda. Well, I'm so sorry you've been sick. Yeah, a lot of people have been very low energy, maybe even sick. Lots of migraines, lots of just lethargic feeling, low motivation, very sluggish, restless, even bored, but like you don't even know what to focus on. And even when you do find something to focus on, you can't really focus on it, so you distract yourself with something else. Like, this is a theme right now for many, many, many of us. It's very hard, but this energy coming in is really supporting our highest good. So we can level up, release this old baggage. A lot of times when these high energies come in like this, the reason we do feel so lethargic and run down or listless and all of these things is because there are things that are, coming into like dissonance with the current vibration we hold, and then that higher light coming in. So we're just being asked to keep leveling up and doing the inner work and healing ourselves, because that will then send a ripple effect out into the universe. When we heal ourselves, we heal the world. That it starts within, and then you start seeing that reflected outside of you. That's how this whole thing works, which is beautiful, because that lets you know the only thing you are responsible for in this whole world. Parents, maybe you're responsible for your children, sure. But as a single person with no other people to take care of, the single most important responsibility you have is to your own self and your own healing. And it's so important that we all do the work, because a lot of us, that's what we're here to do, is to overcome ancestral traumas, ancestral wounds, just the systems that have been in place, keeping us throttled very low vibrationally. We're breaking out. We're breaking the barriers. We're breaking the chains. We're breaking out of the systems. We are here to shine, and nothing is going to hold us back except maybe ourselves, right? We are usually most of us are our own worst enemies, are our biggest, like, what's the opposite of a cheerleader? That's what most of us do in our own heads. And it's not even us that's doing it, if we can remember that, because we are not our thoughts. We are the observer of the thoughts. So it's the ego mind that does a lot of the self-sabotage for us. And we allow it to happen time after time until we don't, until we make a stand and say no more. You could try your tricks, ego, but I'm just going to observe and just let you throw your little tantrum, and then we're going to get on with it. All right. Hello, Amanda. I need some positive energy due to I had a respiratory infection, so please bring in the positive light. Oh, no, Stephanie. I'm so sorry you're dealing with that. Good vibes, good love, beautiful, positive healing energy coming your way. Yes, same, says Nyasia. Hello, Michelle Lynn. Oh, I'm really skipping down. Let me go back up. Been feeling sick the last few days, too. Got to get out of my own way. Yes, Amy Lou. Positive vibes your way as well. Sending you love and light. I've been dealing with being sick too. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jamie. It's a theme. It's a theme with so many of us. But just remember too, when you do feel physically ill, that's your body's way of a lot of times kind of detoxing itself from the energy. And there's always a spiritual cause to any physical ailment that we're having. So when that higher light comes in, a lot of times that might even make us sick, or feel like we need to rest or drink more water or vomit for some people, or, just take really good care of ourselves, because we're leveling up all the time. All right, the list is right here, Ethan. Post that. That's my current list. Very short list today. So what else do we have? We've got Cheyenne in the house. Ethan's back. Welcome back, Ethan. What else? Feeling that way as well, but honestly feel a bit better. Good. Yeah, that full moon was pretty pretty brutal with some people and very forgiving for other people. Hello, Barbara. Welcome. I recognize you from Patreon. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. So tired and distracted, but content with life. Yeah, that's kind of how I've been as well. Just very lethargic, but like happy about things, but even distracted, but yet content with things. Yeah, it's a weird vibe. I don't know what it is. Yeah. Good vibes to you too, Ethan. Yes, we are our biggest inner critic. That is for sure. Okay, I think we've given everybody enough time to get here. We've got 17 people in the house. We're going to go ahead and do our collective message for our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual healing. Just anything that needs to come to our awareness. Any confirmation for those of us that are listening in right now. Any good news coming in. Just anything Spirit wants to highlight. Whoa, they got something. Yes, those limiting beliefs. This is exactly what I'm getting from this card. Let me pick up my quartz I dropped. Specifically my Lemurian seed quartz. And it's a singing. Can you hear that? It's a singing quartz. Very pretty sounds. I like to hold that one in my lap as I channel. So here we go. Yes, this is our own self-deception. This could even be, thank you so much for your donation, Stephanie. We will get you on the list. This could even be like people in your life that are deceiving you, or maybe you're just kind of going two separate directions in life with friends, with a significant other, with family members, with coworkers. And it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you, and it doesn't mean there's really anything wrong with them either, although we could probably find things that are wrong with everybody, and even with ourselves. It's just the energy doesn't match. And the more that this light comes in and pours in and pours in, we're going to keep ascending and evolving, and other people are just going to keep staying stuck, or some people devolving, or getting even worse, at least in our mind's eye, or like just in our eyes. That lets you know that maybe these people are not your tribe, and sometimes that can be painful, but really it does point out that you are on a higher trajectory than certain people. And by higher, I don't mean better. It's all vibrational. So look at it more vibrational rather than good, bad, all of these things that our minds like to put labels on. We're just here for a different mission than a lot of humanity. Most of us, not everybody here probably, but most people are here to level up and bring more of their higher self online. We've also got the moon. So yeah, that full moon that I was just talking about was a pretty big gateway energy for all of this new light that's coming in now with the Schumann resonance and the magnetosphere. There's a lot of energy on the back end of our planet. And if you actually look up, I forgot her name, but she's called A Girl in the Universe, I think, here on YouTube. She does a lot of energy reports, energy updates about like the Schumann resonance and all of that energy that's pushing on the back end of our planet. And by the back end, I mean the sun. When it's daytime, the sun, we're on the sun facing side of the planet. So when it's dark, it's the back end of the planet, or opposite of where the sun is, which the sun is that planet, or the star that gives us all of that energy. But we have proof that there's this back end energy on the dark side of the planet that's pushing things forward, that's coming in, pouring in, and just completely making things in a lot of ways very shaken up. All of the systems and governments are shaken up. People's belief systems are being shaken up. But this is all for the highest good. This is really good, because we've been operating in this little kitty cat energy for way too long, because this is our true reflection. We are those lynxes, those panthers. We are not just these tiny little house cats, although house cats are cool. But in the heart of every house cat is one of these lynx or panthers, right? So this is seen through even the illusions of life. I really do see it that way. All right, what else is coming in for our healing? Any blocks being removed? Anything? Any good energy coming in? Just anything Spirit wants to highlight. They want these too. Wow. Yes, this is exactly right. We've got the yellow chakra. We've got the purple or violet chakra. So the yellow, this is our solar plexus. This is all about flexibility, adaptability, and our personal power. Releasing those limiting beliefs, remember? This has everything to do with becoming that greater version of ourselves and not playing small anymore. Like we were just saying, no longer playing the house cat when we were meant to be out in the jungle. Metaphorically speaking, we're not trying to hurt anybody here, but just, dulling our light, trying to fit in, trying to appease those other people. No more. The time has come to level up and really work on that solar plexus chakra. If you are feeling very low in your self-esteem, or even with you can work on all three of the lower chakras for like abundance, feeling like you're not getting what you're worth as far as payment or your salary, just treated the way that you deserve to be treated. Working on these three lower chakras, the root, sacral, and the solar plexus, this can really help level you up and help you realize on a conscious level, because our subconscious already knows, but like also there are a lot of subconscious programs running behind the scenes that are really draining a lot of our life force energy that are implanted. So one good thing you can do to start releasing some of these subconscious blocks for yourself is to do a lot of higher self meditations, or meditations where you're putting that intention to connect to your higher self and allow your higher self to come in, because who knows you better than your higher self? Nobody, nothing, no one, nobody. Call your higher self in to clear anything from your aura, your physical body, your etheric body, your energetic body, your light body, all the bodies, the astral body. Have that higher self come in and clear and clean and declutter all of the noise, all of the cobwebs, all of the interfering energy that is not for your highest good. That's what we're all being called to do right now. But also, as a result of all of that house cleaning and energetic connection to our higher self, look what we get. The violet. Calling that violet flame of transmutation with Saint Germain as well. That's another really beautiful way to cleanse your aura and clear out the negativity. Call on Saint Germain and the violet flame of transmutation and just purify yourself. Take a nice shower in that violet flame. And this will bring spirituality, wisdom, and humility. So this is bringing more of your higher self online as you can clear the clutter. But one of the best ways that I've found just personally to do this is to do meditations. You don't have to even search out higher self meditation, although if you like a guided meditation, you can do that. But you can even just put on something like what I've got here. Even like crown chakra, I think is like 963 hertz, I think. 963, 369. Want to understand the mysteries of the universe, you understand the numbers 3, 6, and 9. Nikola Tesla. But I think it's 963 hertz music will put you with that crown chakra to help open that crown chakra to allow the higher self to come in. Another great way is the heart chakra, which I'm playing right now at 432 hertz, seed of life kind of tone right now. So those are great ways to connect to higher self. But just putting that intention to connect to the higher self, calling the higher self in, and just allowing the higher self to get to work. Even while you sleep, you can do this right before you sleep if you don't have a lot of time to sit around meditating, because I know we all lead busy lives, but man, call that in, because there is so much healing and light and love that is available to you, but you need to be proactive in asking for it. A lot of times we forget we are allowed to ask our guides, angels, crossed over loved ones, God, source, the universe, our own higher selves for help. We forget this. And they can't invade that free will. Even the higher self can't invade our free will as a human down here on this planet. Our higher self resists nothing. It's just here for the ride. If we decide to level up, it's here for it. They're not going to admonish us or get mad at us if we don't, but there is this calling within us from our higher self, from our soul, that does help us want to be, greater versions of ourselves. All right, let's get one or two also from this Threadbound Oracle. Anything else for our healing? This one wants to come out. The train, yes. Transition, travel, and liminal space. So that we are going through a major transition on this planet. This is like 100+ year cycle that we're really going through. It's going to take 100+ years to, from start to finish of the main big cycle for us to complete this. But in most of our lifetimes, we're going to see so many changes. It's going to be unreal. We're closing out not just like small cycles, but even like 26,000 year cycles and even greater cycles as far as like the grand scheme of life. So much going on. Oh my gosh. But You may even be doing some travel, like in the astral realm, astral traveling. And even if you don't remember this, many of us do astral travel, it's just many of us don't recall it or remember it. But one great indication that you are astral traveling is when you wake up, when you first become aware of your body again and you wake up, all the little cells in your body feel like they have propellers spinning, 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 like you're vibrating. That'll let you know that you have been astral traveling. And we all do it. It's not anything that is to be concerned or worried about. You can even do it purposely. I have not quite yet mastered that, but there are people out there that can and do. We also have here the Four of Ink, manifestation, communication, and clarity. So many of us are getting that clarity in our dream state. Look at that. Clarity in the dream state from the crown chakra or the violet ray. You know, that violet color along the head there. So much wisdom, so much of us just wanting to level up our own spiritual practice lately, and just wanting to communicate about more spiritual things, not just have those weather chats, as I like to call them, or just, you know, small talk conversations. You guys are looking to dive deeper. You don't care what your neighbor had for dinner last night. You want to know what their life purpose is. You want to know what really lights them up. These are the things you are looking for, and as a result of you putting your intention out to find these things by communicating, those will come back to you. It's beautiful. All right. So I think that's it for our collective. But yes, if you are here and you're new here, I do see quite a few new names. If you did want a guaranteed question today, you can always, there is a blue kind of box at the top of the chat if you're on your phone. I think also on the computer. That's the pinned comment at the top of the chat where it has the link for the PayPal donation. Otherwise, in the description below is also my PayPal link. If you're interested in getting yourself a reading today that was not just this collective reading, although I do see there is still a lot of value in these collective readings because I'm just reading for, you know, there's 18 people right here, right now. So that's taking 18 people's energy, and maybe a handful, not many people do replay these. So probably less than 30 people are going to watch this total, this beginning part here anyway. So if you feel like this resonated, it's because we definitely tapped into your energy. So I hope it resonated. Okay, so again, for donations, you can check the description or the top pinned thing at the chat there. Right up there with the infinity sign. That's where you can find that. And as far as our list goes, we've got Michelle Lynn kicking it off for us. So Michelle Lynn, go ahead. And then she's got a yes/no question. And then on deck is Earthy Deva, who may or may not be here. I'm not sure what time it is where she lives, or if she was going to be here. If she's not here, Earthy Deva, we will put her at the end of the list with Jesse's name, because Jesse also is not here today. But it looks like we had a donation come in from Stephanie Staley and also Brianna. So whoever Brianna is here, go ahead and let us know. And then we've got 2 questions coming in from Kat as well. So Kat ×2. Thank you so much for your donations. This is going to be so much fun. So the Divine Counsel, are you Brianna? Yay, so fun. I'm excited too. Let's find out. Michelle Lynn already has her question going here. So last year a reader said Thanksgiving time will be a good time for me. I'm thinking I'll hear about a job. Let's see. I'm thinking I'll hear about a job that's well paying so I can afford to move. Can we dive more into my, and yes, we will dive more into, oh, there we go. Move, location, roommate, will be close to my soulmate. I would like to move out of state eventually, so maybe I won't stay at this place long. I'm excited but nervous. Okay. To leave my mom all alone. I wonder if she'll eventually move too. Okay. So we'll see what we can cover in this. Okay. So let's just see what of those couple of questions in there that Spirit wants to really dive into. Okay. So I think a lot of this has to do with you kind of getting out of those limiting beliefs because like you had mentioned too, you've lived in the same house your whole life. So there is this kind of element of maybe, I won't say fear, but at the very least, kind of unsettled energy of branching out, stepping out of what you've always known into something new. So what I do see here is you really working because we've got the Knight of Cups coming in with this. So you working on your own emotional stability and happiness to get you in the right mindset. And I think you've been doing that. Maybe you've been doing a lot of meditation. Like I said in the collective, just connecting to your higher self, because your higher self has been all over the place. I mean, think of all these past lives we tap into here and all the craziness that goes on in these past lives. So it's like you yourself have been all over the place, like as a soul, many different incarnations. So call on your higher self for strength to really move through, to figure out where you're going, what your next steps are, anything about your next. Yeah, I do see, from the 8 to the 9 of Swords, there is a lot of anxiety for you surrounding just taking that next step or finding the next step or taking the leap of faith if you do have the next step. It's just, again, that mental stuff, it's not even real. It's the false evidence appearing real that I always talk about. So let's just get some advice on how you can overcome some of this, because the universe does want to offer you something really emotionally fulfilling. This is love. This is movement. This is emotional happiness. What else do we have for Michelle Lynn? For the new job, the move, just any of these energies that Spirit's tapping into. Yeah, balancing it out. So it wouldn't hurt, Michelle, to sit down and just write out a list of everything you want to accomplish between now and then set an end date of a goal of a year from now, 2 years, 5 years, whatever date, whatever goal you want. And if it is a long-term goal, like a year, 5 years, 10 years, if it's a real long-term goal, maybe even take one goal, put the end date, like the long-term part of it, but then break it down into, more doable pieces, more doable, like baby steps. Because if we just have this big, lofty goal without breaking it down to figure out, well, how am I going to get from where I'm at now to succeeding and reaching my goal? It can be very daunting just to think of that goal and how the heck am I going to do this? So if you actually walk it back from the goal all the way back to where you're at, you can start to see some big bullet points light up. Like, well, to be able to get a new job, I'm definitely going to have to apply a couple of places. I'm going to have to fire up that resume and get it all polished up and get it out there. Start looking online for jobs, all these things. It's like one step will lead you to the next, to the next, the next. And then when you start taking action, the universe is like, oh, she's serious. Let's get this going. And they get real excited for us, in their way. So us just even sitting down, maybe lighting a candle, doing any kind of little ritual or intention that you feel you want to do, to just say, I'm ready, universe. I'm ready for that next leap of faith. Show me where to go. Light your candle, put your intentions out there. That'll really help get you going. But I think you may be so focused on the extra long term, like not just moving your next move, but like finally moving out of state, finally getting your mom, and all of this, it can start to feel like almost like a burden. It's like just extra. That's like starting kindergarten and already being like, well, what colleges am I going to apply to? Oh my gosh, I got to think long term here. It's like, just enjoy the kindergarten year. Enjoy those more short-term kind of goals. Of course, you can have your long-term goal at hand or at mind for yourself and even be planning for it. But your main focus, Spirit wants you to really focus more on your more like next step, like that. All right, but balance, and nurturing yourself, self-care through this whole process is what's going to be the name of the game for you. All right. Whoa. I did a free collective reading at the first 20 or so minutes of the chat. I've been doing that so that I can actually help more people. The collective readings really tend to resonate with everybody who's here and decides to watch them. So it's just a way I can serve more people in less time. So if that resonates, feel free to check that out. All right, Michelle, let's get another. Yeah, you've just got a lot of options and not a lot of clarity on exactly what your immediate future looks like or your immediate next step. So again, Spirit wants you to maybe write these things out. It's okay to make long-term goals, but also be making some short-term goals that you can feel like you're actually getting somewhere. Even if it's just, let's leave this job, let's find a new job, establishing this, and then focusing on, okay, what do I need to do to move? okay, what's my next step? And focusing more on your next move rather than like your end all be all, way out in the future move and all of these things. Because really this sums it up. There's a lot going on like in the higher chakras, like wondering, wishing, wanting, hoping, and what's really needed is more action, more grounding, maybe even connecting to nature and really grounding all these, because I think you have amazing ideas and maybe you even have a pretty clear direction of where you want to go. It's just starting to go in the direction that you want to go. But there also might be a little bit, especially with the job and maybe even like the housing situation or where you're going to move and where you're going to live, that might still be confusing to you with all of these different options or just trying to narrow things down for yourself. But I really do see, limiting beliefs with money possible and just finding a career that's stable pay. Yeah. And you should have kind of your pick of the litter right now with jobs. And then look what flew out. The Fool. So taking that leap. I think, before we get to this step, there is just this closing out of some things and just really setting the stage. Even if your plans change, that's fine. That's totally perfect, because what I see for you is it's like just you putting the intention and then taking the step. It might lead you to something completely different than anything on your radar right now. And just kind of spinning your wheels thinking, well, someday soon I'll be able to, someday soon. And it's like projecting it into the future, into the future, into the future. Like I was the queen of doing that for 36 years of my life. So like, I'm not trying to call you out. Spirit's not trying to call you out. Like I totally get it. I totally get it. It's so difficult to find the way through it, but you're gonna. That's the good thing, because you have the Fool. You're gonna be able to take the leap. It's just figuring out what is it I want. And even if you don't have 100% like every little drop along the way ticked off, it doesn't matter. As long as you have the first couple of ideas, or maybe even just first idea of the next step to take, that next step will be illuminated. Spirit's showing me the example I use once in a while on my channel, how you're driving from LA to New York in the dark. Like you set out right as it gets dark out, and it's going to be dark for at least, quite a few hours of your trip. But just because you can't see beyond 200 feet in front of you, that doesn't mean that, it doesn't exist and it's not there and it's not supported, or you're not supported as you make the next step. Because as you keep driving, the next 200 feet is continuing to be illuminated your whole way there. And then the sun comes out at some point along your trip and you're like, wow, I can really see what's ahead now. That's what Spirit's showing me, is you just setting some intentions, even if you don't stick to them long term, but just what feels right in the moment. Set those intentions and then start taking action. And then you're going to see a whole world of opportunity open up that you didn't even maybe have on your radar or knew that existed. So I hope that, it didn't probably answer all of the questions you had within that, but I hope it at least gave you kind of maybe a starting point as to, how am I going to do this? Because it sounds like you got some great ideas, like amazing ideas for your future, and you know what you want for your future. It's just maybe you don't know exactly how to get there or exactly what it'll look like at this point. Like you don't have to know everything before you even get started. So Spirit just says, get started, get started, get started, get started, and we will meet you there. So I hope that resonated, Michelle. Go ahead and post your yes, no question. And then after Michelle, we've got Anna, if she is here, aka Earthy Deva. Thank you. Yes, my mind is everywhere. Been there. I mean, my mind is still everywhere with a lot of things, but like, I'm doing better now than I ever have before. So baby steps. Okay. So Michelle's yes, no question, and then we've got Anna. Oh, Anna is here. Perfect. So I will get into your question, Anna, right after Michelle Lynn's yes, no. And we're just going to move it right along. So does my soulmate already have a child? I feel he might have a girl, and I'm not sure how I feel about it because I feel young and not experienced. Okay. Let's feel into this for Michelle Lynn. I think I want to go to yes, no over here. If we need a clarifier, we can grab it. So does Michelle Lynn's soulmate already have a child? Okay. Wow. Well, it says a year from now. So I'm really interpreting this as maybe this child isn't born yet, or he's waiting. Let's just get some clarity on this here. Or a year from now, there's something going on with this child. All right. Well, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So, yeah, he might be going through a major transition right now, or over the course of the next year. Let's just get one more to get this specific, because this is almost like it's not set in stone yet. Like, that's what I'm getting from this. So it's like maybe he doesn't yet. I don't think he does yet. Let's get one more. Okay, as of this moment, right now, Spirit, does Michelle Lynn's soulmate have any children in this incarnation? They're really wanting both of these to come out. Forgiveness and helpful people. Well, yeah, this is interesting. I don't see it. Which is interesting because I had thought at one point, okay, so they're showing me like two potential people as the soulmate that we're referring to here, so we have to be more specific. So let's tune into the energy of the soulmate that you are supposedly to meet at the gym, because I see there are a couple potentials now. And I don't know if we've tuned into a couple potentials, or I think there was Leo energy with one, and then maybe Taurus energy with another, so they could be two different soulmates. And we can have more than one soulmate. Let's just maybe say romantic soulmate. Your next romantic soulmate connection. Let's narrow it down, because sometimes when we don't ask the right question, Spirit can answer the right question. Okay, so this Leo energy that we've tuned into before here on my channel for Michelle. Does this future romantic soulmate Leo energy have a child as of right now? Do they have a child? I don't think so. It says you're ready. Oh, the Taurus was a female you meet in your 40s. Yeah. So we'd had to tune down to this romantic soulmate. Okay, that makes sense. I was just getting confused for a second there. Spirit walked me off the ledge. Yeah, I don't see that he does. Yeah, I don't see that. At least with this specific Leo. The next person you're meant to be in a romantic, committed relationship with, I don't see that they have a child. So, there's your answer. Okay. It's getting hot here already. Spirit is coming in hot. Not sure what a year from now is, though. That could be them hinting that you're meeting this person a year from now, maybe. I'm not sure. Interesting. They're confusing me, even. They do that once in a while. And sometimes I misinterpret things. I mean, it happens. I try to tune in as much as I can, but sometimes especially if you're asking about the same people over and over, Spirit, it's like, I don't know, the wires start to get crossed after a while, because one thing that we've established about someone can shift and change depending on different timelines we tune into. And that's why I always say, like, with timing questions, always to take them with a grain of salt, because actions we take or don't take, actions the people we're asking about take or don't take, can really shift things, shake things up. I mean, even to the point where certain timelines, people don't exist. Like, it's so hard to put into words. I don't even understand it fully, or probably even the tip of the iceberg, but like, Spirit has told me many times that a lot of what we tune into, I mean, that could be as well. I know that's probably not exactly what you're wanting to do right out of the gate, but who knows? All right, so Earthy Deva, let's go get into Anna's question. Hello, Steph Freeman Art. I just saw you here. Lindsay Graves, hello. Hello. The Divine Counsel, so resonating. I feel like you are talking to me. Well, that's the interesting thing here, is if your consciousness is listening to someone else's reading and it resonates with you, guess what? It's also your reading. That's how crazy these energies are. It's so cool. Hello, Steph Freeman Art. How are you? Okay, Earthy Deva, question is for abundance, both financial and general. Let's just tune into Earthy Deva's abundance, financial and general, anything going on with her finances, any abundance coming in. Okay, so you may be kind of focused on certain bills you have to pay, or how much money's going out every month, which, is a thing. Like, we all have to focus on that at times, because we have to be responsible adults and all of these things. But maybe there are some opportunities or alternatives to what you're already doing, especially if you have multiple income streams already, or you're making money multiple different ways already. There's yet another opportunity that you don't see yet. It either could still be on your horizon, or maybe you've heard people talk about it, but you're like, oh no, I could never do that. Like, that just sounds like too much work, or who am I to do that? I'm not cut out for that, or it doesn't resonate right now. But especially if this is something you keep hearing over and over and over again, this is spirit trying to get your attention. What could this opportunity be? Can you maybe be more specific, or just give us any other general advice on abundance or anything else Anna needs to know? Well, yeah, this is a card all about your ship coming in, about abundance, about travel, about taking action on said plans that we were kind of talking about. Some stuff that maybe isn't on your radar yet, but in the near future, you're going to be able to make a plan and then take action on something that is going to be an income stream. And I actually see this thing that's maybe not quite yet on your horizon, or right in your, in your vision. It's more on the peripheral vision. Maybe you're kind of subconsciously tuned into it, but not on a conscious level yet. But it's coming in hot. It's coming in. You're going to be able to see it. You're going to grab it. You're going to be able to go in a new direction. And it's actually going to be your biggest income stream, whatever this thing is. It's going to really overshadow a lot of what you're already working on. But it's something you're very passionate about, very excited about, because the wands are all about inspiration, excitement, ambition, motivation. You're very excited to take this thing the distance, whatever it is. It feels creative to me as well. What is this? Could you tune more into it, please, Spirit? Wow, it might have to do with social media or being online. This is someone who's very quick communication. I don't know. Could be like even like social media, like TikTok or something. I don't know. Or maybe you're offering services on some quick moving platform, something where the content is fresh every day. I mean, that could be YouTube. That could be Instagram. That could be TikTok. It could be, it could be any social media, because they're very, very cyclical, very serial, very, okay, that was so yesterday, like what's happening today. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting with this. So you may be working online, or if you're already working online, expanding something online. But again, it feels very creative. Like it's got a lot of your soul essence wrapped up into it. It's not just you taking some 9-to-5 job and then getting a bunch of money. This feels like something you're bringing from the ground up. Yeah, and it's something very emotionally fulfilling. It's exciting. But look, he's got a spyglass here. Like it's still on the horizon. It's like you can just now see the ship, or maybe it's just kind of in that peripheral vision. It's like you look and it disappears. It's like, okay, what's happening? So maybe just tuning in with meditation, or right before you fall asleep, and asking your guides, your angels, your higher self to keep giving you hints and clues and synchronicities, because I think they already are, but just asking them to turn it up a little. Maybe you've been seeing, I'm seeing 2, 4, 3 on my clock, but right when I saw it, I almost read it like 2, 3, 4, like a progression. So maybe you've been seeing a lot of numbers that are almost like 2, 3, 4 or 2, 4, 3, almost progression, but like 2 numbers are swapped. Or you're seeing like 911 or 411 or 1111, 444, 22, all the things, all the different angel numbers we can see. Or 1010 and 1212 are really prevalent for a lot of people right now. Also 555. So seeing these numbers, and then you can Google what these numbers mean. But let's just see. I want to go somewhere. Where am I going? Let's go to the life purpose. Just see about this abundance. Just anything else Spirit wants to highlight about what this could be, how it's coming in, when it's coming in, just anything that wants to illuminate here. Wow. So it says study. So it says reading, research, and education can help you gain confidence and clarity about your career. So just doing a little bit of market research. I'm seeing like social media keep coming up. So going to other people's, not copying people, but just going to other people's social media accounts and seeing what really works for other people, and then implementing that in your own special way with whatever it is you're looking to create. Yeah, I think that still in the distance too. November and December will probably be already busy. Maybe in January I'll be able to see better. Yeah, I see definitely 2022 would be the year. It might even have to do with flowers or something you're creating with flowers, possibly. Working with flowers opens your heart and brings blessings to others through your life purpose. Could be essential oils, could be natural things, not just flowers, could be plants, herbs. I'm seeing like sage and candles and things that are very natural, very yet very trendy right now. These things are very, very trendy right now. Let's just see. Essential oils, things that smell really good, look really good, floral patterns, floral prints, art involving any of these things is really standing out. What else? Yeah, you are changing things up. Even if you're not completely shifting your career 100%, you're changing the way you do it, or kind of just, I guess, the way you show up on a day-to-day basis, or the way you're marketing what you do. There's something changing in that regard. You're embarking on a career change that brings you the joy and abundance you desire and deserve. You know, I've just started to do a little of what you just said about seeing what works in marketing and social media. There you go. Well, that will be one thing that you can just, you know, for your own little research and for your own, just wondering what's going on out there in the interwebs. But I hope that resonated, but it looks like there's some good stuff coming in. So, yay! We love to see it. It's just, and I'm really seeing 222. So like February of 22. February of 2022. So yeah, but between now and then, Spirit's still sending you signs. They've been sending you signs. They're going to continue to send you signs. It's just amping up, amping up, amping up. So keep on the lookout. All right, we have a couple more donations that have come in. So we have another donation from Stephanie Staley. Thank you so much. And then Steph Freeman Art also sent a donation. Thank you so much, all of you. So let me just see where our list is. I'm going to update my little list here, but I'm going to add Stephanie Staley's second question and Steph Freeman. That's what we're working with currently. So Stephanie Staley, you've got 2 questions. Go ahead and post your first question. We'll get right into it. Okay. All right, taking a drink of my water. I wish you all a beautiful live. Thank you so much, Anna. And you are so welcome, absolutely. I'm excited for you. When you figure it out, come let us know what it is so we can support you, because it sounds like you're doing it online. So we'll come support you if we can, that's for sure. Okay. So Stephanie Staley, and then on deck, she's got 2 questions. And then on deck, we've got the Divine Counsel. Then after that, we've got Cat ×2, and then Steph Freeman Art. And then at the end of the list, because she's not here, we'll do Jessie. We'll timestamp her reading. Okay. All right, so Staley, go ahead and post your question. Just make sure she didn't post it already, and I'm just sitting here waiting for no reason. Sometimes that happens. Nope, she said, very powerful reading. I saw 555 yesterday. Yeah, the angel numbers have really been off the chain. I actually took a picture of my 555 yesterday. Let me show y'all. It's the last picture I took right here. That was yesterday on 10/22. I got a 5:55 p.m. So much fun. All right. So she's got her question ready. Do spirits see me staying at this wonderful job, but with a crazy supervisor? Okay, let's feel into this. Hello, Susie. Welcome. All right, let me try that again. Better. Shuffle her up better this time. There we go. That's what we're looking for. All right, so just spirits see Stephanie Staley staying at this wonderful job with the crazy supervisor. Oh, okay. Wow, we've got a Queen of Swords, so I don't know if this is a female or they're showing me this person's showing up in a more feminine way, but they are very short with their words, very like I don't swear a lot on my channel, but they're like bitchy for like lack of better words, like very bitchy, very short with people a lot. Even if it's a guy, guys can be bitchy too. Forgive my swearing. I don't try to do that over here, but Spirit's like, just say it. Sometimes maybe even just like withholds communication or misunderstands communication a lot, or is just very like almost talks over you at times or talks over other people. Like it doesn't matter what you have to say. Like I'm just gonna say what I want to say because it doesn't even matter what you want to say, and then like just walks away without even hearing any recourse from you or hearing what's going on. This person's projecting a lot of their own hurt. I think they're going through a lot in their personal life. So that's what they're doing, is just projecting a lot of their own issues onto other people. And of course, that will trigger any pain within you that, is from the past or current stuff you're going through, because everybody's pain triggers everybody else's pain. And it's just this vicious cycle. So I guess my best advice already would be just not to take this lady personally. I know it's hard to do when you have to deal with her all the time and it's going on, but almost just pulling your energy back, this hermit energy, just pulling your energy back. Of course, communicating with her when you need to and doing what you need to do for the job with her, but still just being very cordial and not allowing her nastiness or just shortness with everybody to change who you are. To still show up, like I'm just seeing like kill them with kindness kind of energy, but without sacrificing your own happiness. Like, just still showing up as your happy and cordial self, even if this person's going to be short with you. But of course, protecting your energy. You can wear crystals such as hematite, tumbled hematite. Just keep that in your pocket or on your desk. This can really help bounce other people's ish back onto them so you don't have to deal with it. And after a while of you having this in your energy field, they just know you're not a good target to put their stuff on because you don't bounce it back. Like you don't play. It's not like a ping pong game. And I think she might look for the ping pong game so she can go on the warpath. When you don't give her that, it's like she just leaves you alone and lets you do your job. That's really what I see with that. But let's just get some intuition, some guidance from Spirit. Maybe it said intuition, like trusting your intuition around her, that your vibes don't lie. Yeah. So we got the Akasha card here. You are a spiritual teacher. You have the ability to counsel others and help them awaken their spiritual gifts and divine life mission. So that's beautiful. You say, I hit the target. Cool. Yeah, I could feel that energy. Let's see. What else? About this job or this supervisors, anything else. All I want is my Frenchy chandeliers and tires, and I have that stone as a bracelet. Oh, cool. Sent another donation because I need Spirit to spill the tea on something. There we go. So we can add Michelle Lynn back to the list. Thank you so much. We've got here, you have a special bond with animals. Your pets on earth and in heaven are watched over by angels. So, look at that. It's beautiful. Just, loving your pets, bringing this kind of earth angel energy to your job. Like, you just have this nurturing energy that, someone like her could possibly take advantage of or walk all over. That's where boundaries, having your own boundaries will really come into play. And if it gets so serious that, you and maybe even other people at the job, it weighs you down. It's just too difficult to work with. Contacting HR or just, talking to someone even above her. It's like, I love my job, but like, she just makes things a little difficult. And, without like trying to call her out, but just say, make it more about you than about her doing this, her doing that, her blah, blah, blah. That's when you can actually be heard, because then it doesn't feel like finger pointing. Let's get one more from this deck. Anything else Spirit has. But I feel like the job itself is very well suited for your purpose, your passions. It's very good. But we also have here, you have a gift for working with young people, and your divine purpose involves helping, teaching, or parenting children. So we've got children, we've got animals, we've got spiritual teachers. I don't know if your actual job involves any of this, or if this is just something that you nurturing your own inner child or taking care of your own children if you have them really does help you feel even more fulfilled when you are at work. And also same with animals. You know, just your bond and connection to animals, the earth, children can make you show up at your job even better. Because I think you are someone who wants to show up for work and not just try to, you know, just show up for the paycheck. Like you want to actually provide, especially for the customers and, you know, the good people around you. Let's just get any other words of advice from Spirit about this job. Anything for Stephanie, please, Spirit. Ooh, yes, this one bent. Yeah, just finding that balance. Former correctional. All right, yeah. And this is the more motherly energy, more self-love, loving yourself, loving others, just being a very balanced kind of energy. This is also Sagittarius energy. You don't have to be a Sagittarius, but you could have Sagittarius in your chart somewhere that's really helping this. Could even be like a Sagittarius 10th house or something. Could have Saturn in Sagittarius. I don't know. There's something with Sagittarius in your chart that feels really good. But to me, this is all about pairing this up with that Hermit. This is about clearing your energy. You know, the hematite, you said you had a bracelet. But just clearing your energy, clearing your bracelet a lot so as to not allow her to really make a good thing go bad, because the work itself feels like a good thing. It's just the person that's supervising things isn't so great. You're Taurusable. Cool. I have a Taurus sun in Western astrology and Mercury also in Taurus. Love Taurus. All right, what else do we have for Stephanie, please, about this? Well, we have magical blessings. And to me, this is a very Three of Cups energy, celebration energy. So you may have a couple of more feminine or divine feminine type people that you work with that make the job really fun and exciting and, you know, just kind of like soul sister kind of energy. But it says here, whatever you're going through, you're being assisted by magical fairy blessings. The fairies say you can bless others too. So that's absolutely what this is. This is someone who's a huge blessing to other people as well. So you being where you are, it's like your energy really is needed there to help balance out some of this stuff. Some of the stone cold stuff going on with the supervisor. And I'm seeing she may even, especially if you have other coworkers that are like on your vibe, and you guys just vibing high and not allowing her to get to you, she might get bored, because I think she likes the head games. I think she likes the controversy. I think she likes that. So if you take the game away, she might just leave the job and find somewhere else where she can play her game. Could even be like after the holidays. But then we have here, this one fell out as I'm putting them away. Athena, it is safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits yourself as well as others. Everything we just said. You don't have to stoop to her level and call her names or, you know, just be rude back and snap back at all. Just stand in your own power and love those around you. And of course, when she comes around, you know, protect your energy. And I think you're going to be finding out that she's just going to get bored because no one's wanting to play the same game that she wants to play. So yeah, yes, that's what's happening. All right. So I hope that resonated. You can go ahead and post your second question, Stephanie, and we'll get right into it. And then on deck after Stephanie, we've got the Divine Counsel. And then we've got Kat's 2 questions after that. Take a drink of my water. Hope you're all having a wonderful Saturday out there. I know I sure am. Any day I get to hang out with you guys is such a fun day for me. I just love allowing Spirit to come through and bring you guys the guidance and clarity. I mean, isn't that what it's all about these days? Just getting a little bit of guidance and a little bit of clarity to take the next steps. All right. So yes, I'm actually going to shuffle these up real good. I'm going to copy the list so I have a copy of it in my comment here without actually posting it. That's how I am, Divine Counsel. I'm an Aries in sidereal and Taurus in Western. I'm born April 28th. When's your birthday? Lots of Taurus / Aries is in the house. I have a Taurus 8th house. So I got all my stuff going on in the 8th house. What does Spirit see for me for the upcoming year? Okay, what's going on for Stephanie Staley for this upcoming year, please, Spirit? Anything you want to illuminate? All right, that's too many. But I see you're putting your effort. We did have the 9 of Wands kind of on top of that stack. You are putting the effort into something, and it's going to pay off in a really big way for you. There's so much going on. I don't know if you... Ooh, wow. We've got a lot going on with your psychic abilities. Wherever your moon sign is, that can be an important house where things are really leveling up spiritually for you. What I have here, what I'm really feeling with this too is some of the things you may have believed about yourself, about others, about the world at large are really shifting. Like you're shifting your own belief systems because the moon is all about, illusion, but also seeing through the illusion of, Maya, of this dream we're all living called life. You're seeing through to the reality of things. Maybe, like I said in the collective, this did come out in the collective. So this next year might be all about you healing on a deeper level, healing your subconscious belief systems, healing your physical body, healing your emotions, healing from the past. And we've got here with this, like I said in the collective reading, playing small, thinking you're a house cat when really you're the panther. That's really what I see with that. And you're really seeing your potential on a grander scale than you ever allowed yourself to see before, because you're cutting through the BS or the belief systems. You're cutting through that to see the truth, which is that you are a limitless spiritual being having a human experience. You are so much greater than you've given yourself credit for. I'm 42882. I'm the old one of the group. But we have, with the 2 of Cups, this could be love, this could be soulmate connection. Whether you're with someone or not, take it as it applies, but I see a strengthening of a bond with someone who you consider a soulmate. And soulmates don't always have to be romantic, although they definitely can be. We can have soulmates with our parents, our friends, our kids, our aunts, uncles, grandparents, co-workers, just whatever. We've got soulmates coming out the yin yang. People you meet online, soul family for days. And because we knew we needed each other during these times more than ever, we've incarnated with a lot of soul family. Those of us who are on a higher journey, higher spiritual journey, have incarnated with a lot of soul family that we will find by about middle age. Many of us will find a lot of these people before that, but then we have the Hierophant. So I don't know if you have someone, this is commitment. This could be marriage. Pairing these two, this could be marriage. If you already have someone, though, this could be a strengthening or deepening of a connection. If you don't have someone, this could be you finding someone that you want to have that connection with. Take it as it applies, but I really do see you also doing things in a very non-traditional way, because normally the Hierophant is a very traditional card with like that cardinal pope there on the card in all the regalia, and this is anything but. This is a very laid back teacher, someone who's teaching others how to do things a different way. After cutting through those belief systems, maybe you're finding new ways to deepen your spiritual connection to your higher self, to source. I've been working on myself and trying to connect with the spirit and the universe. Well, there you go. You're just really deepening and strengthening that. If you do have a twin flame that is not incarnated, this is just letting you know you can work with that twin flame, especially pairing these two up. You can work with that twin flame beyond the veil. You can connect that twin flame in every moment. And really strengthen your own gifts and abilities as you do so. 11/27/67. You were born the same year as Kurt Cobain. How cool. Love it. All right. So, yes, there is someone who's older than me here. Yay. Let's see. So, Oh, and Amy Lou is 6/27/69. Awesome. We've got some 60s babies in the house. All right. So what else is going on for Stephanie this next year? Right. Yeah. So to me, this is like you're closing out, because we've been talking about belief systems. So it's like you're closing out old cycles, old belief systems, old heartbreak, old heartache, old trauma surrounding emotions and love. You're closing these things out. But a lot of times before we close these things out, they have to come back up to the surface. Or maybe something over this next year is going to happen that will trigger these things to come to the surface so that you can heal from them. Let's get a clarifier on this. I'm really reading this actually as something that's even already happened before right now. Like over the next year, you're working through and healing something that has happened maybe years ago. That's really what I see. Another 60s baby. How cool. Let's just feel into this. Okay, clarify this. 3 of Swords. Absolutely, it's from the past. We've got the past card, the nostalgia card, 6 of Cups. Could have even been something in your childhood having to do with an older sibling, possibly a father figure that was maybe not very emotionally connected to you or present in your life. Closing out and healing from stuff from the past. Could even be past relationship stuff, exes, especially those who really did you wrong in love. You're closing these things out so you can have, even if you're with someone now, just old cycles from the past in a current relationship, closing things out to make room for a better, more committed, more stable, more divinely connected and inspired connection. And you're putting in that effort, that work to get exactly what you want, not just in that emotional and spiritual and mental way, but also in the physical plane. Like having more abundance, having more resources, feeling more luxurious in your life, having nicer items. Maybe you're upgrading things around your house over this next year. One more about this from this, and then we'll go to this other deck over here. Anything else this next year for Stephanie? Okay, one of them flipped, I think. Yes. Yeah. What I say about all that abundance coming in. And not only are you being helped, or your abundance or your bottom line is really increasing, now you can help other people because your bottom line has increased so much. Maybe you've already been someone who's very philanthropic. I know that word can be kind of muddied by like the philanthropy that a lot of these billionaires do. That's not true philanthropy. It's more, how can I increase my bottom line and get my agenda out there? But this is like true giving back, true love, true help. This is unconditional love for your fellow man, animals, the earth, elderly people, younger people, yourself, everybody. Just really expanding your heart chakra, really include wanting to help everybody. Seeing all this green that she's wearing, that's very heart chakra energy. Also, she's illuminated behind her with pink, which is also associated with the heart chakra. And also all this yellow on her is very solar plexus chakra. So it's almost like you're really working on that solar plexus, which is that yellow energy just below the heart chakra, and also the heart chakra, really bridging the gap between your self-worth and your own self-love, how you love yourself. Speaking of self-love, self-care, let's get you a message over the next year. Stephanie, self-love, self-care over the next year. What would be most beneficial for self-love and self-care over the next year? Yeah, connect with your ancestors. And there is another thing coming in too. Could have been some really traumatic things that went on in your relationship with your parents or grandparents, and your parents' relationship with grandparents, all the way down the line, who knows how many generations, that you're closing that out. By connecting with them, you're bridging the gap, closing out these old cycles. Maybe you're doing a lot of ancestral healing and ancestral work. Maybe you're even diving into your ancestry, going online and researching your ancestry so that you can understand where you come from, so that you know where you can go. And closing out, even heartache from that you inherited from them before you were even born, or the moment you were born, you inherited all this past trauma, karma, wounds in maybe both of your family lines all the way back. Clearing that out. You're really doing a lot of healing work. For sure, though, with this Hierophant coming in and connecting with your ancestors, there's that heart chakra again, going back to the roots. Beautiful. Wow. So cool. Wow. Amazing. So I hope that resonated for you, Stephanie. Beautiful stuff coming in. There's a lot of healing, but it's kind of a bittersweet thing to have to do some healing, because healing doesn't always look fun and pretty. But on the other side of that, there's so much beautiful stuff coming in. Yes, breaking the chain. That's absolutely it. For sure. Powerful stuff, though. This is so powerful, because when we can break those old chains, we're free. We're free to create something completely new, completely different than what our ancestors have. And even breaking those chains can help us break our own limiting beliefs. So that's huge. All right, so the Divine Counsel is next. Go ahead and post your question, and then we've got Cat times 2. Yes, welcome, welcome. All right. So, okay. Oh, you sent question to email. Thank you for letting me know, Kat. That helps. Yeah, you guys can totally do that. Feel free. Divine Counsel, while she's actually getting her question, I might open my email just to get that on deck. Alright. Open it. It seems to have frozen. There we go. It's coming in. Alright, so let's see. Alright. Cool. I found your email, so we got that. And let's go. I'm going to close out of my other browser here. I don't need that one open as well. Okay. Okay, so the Divine Counsel. Did you have a specific question or just something from Spirit? I'll see if you posted it over on PayPal. Sometimes that's the case as well. Just double check. Oh, general reading. So you donated for one card. Let's get into it. Okay, general reading. Oh, okay. Wow, so we've got the 7 of Pentacles. So something you've been putting a lot of effort and work into. This to me feels like you haven't seen this thing pay off yet, but just wait, because the next card that comes after this is that 8 of Pentacles. So just really getting nose to the grindstone, really honing your skills, really finding even hidden talents. So because I'm almost reading this as like progression from the 7 to the 8 of Pentacles for you. So it's like something you've been working on or something you're about to establish if you haven't established it yet. Although I do see, at the very least, there's been a lot of thinking about something. And this is something that is going to create a lot of money or abundance in your life. Could be a business idea, could be just wanting to change jobs, whatever resonates. But whatever it is you've been working for, you're going to continue to work and hone your skills and really work on your craft so much that what comes after that 8 is the 9 of Pentacles, which is all about your hard work paying off, enjoying the fruits of your labor, and really like knowing what it is that all that hard work you put in. How am I trying to say? Like all that hard work you put in, knowing it's going to pay off. Let's see. Oh, thank you so much, Divine Counsel. I appreciate that. I know it's one card, but like I usually get 1 or 2 anyway. 2 or 3, 4. I don't know. It's almost like just a mini version of the other readings I do for 11/11. Okay, King of Cups. So whatever it is you're working on, though, you are feeling a lot of emotional contentment and happiness as a result of it. But again, with the 7 of Pentacles, it's like he's got that spyglass. It still isn't quite here. That reaping of the benefits, reaping of the rewards of all the hard work isn't quite here yet, but it's on that horizon. And continuing to put in the effort and the emotional investment. This is something you're emotionally invested in. Could even be a relationship, which could be something you're grounding into the physical as well. Could be both, because a lot of times when one area of our life is going one direction, all the other areas of our life start picking up and going that same direction. It's like when things are really good at work, things are usually really good in the relationships, and really, not always, but a lot of times, that energy that, puts that ripple effect into other areas of life. But I'm also hearing with this to be able to balance the different areas of life, not going so gung-ho in your career that you do forget about the people you love, or that you do forget about your own personal time of just being a human being, doing things you enjoy without feeling like you have an agenda to get a whole bunch of things accomplished, which, calling myself out with that one, and so is Spirit right now. We've got lots coming in. But wow, yeah, so much good stuff coming in. And my friend actually just sent me a picture of a feather. I'm going to show you, because these things happen in divine time. So I think this is also a message for you, Brianna. It says, or Brianne, I can't remember your exact name. I do apologize. The Divine Counsel. It's a beautiful feather. She just sent me a picture of it. So look at that. That's maybe even your confirmation from Spirit that you're on the right path, that things are really looking up, especially if you've been through a bit of a hard time lately with this Death card. This is a rebirth energy. So that new thing you're looking to do, or that you've recently started doing, it's going to pay off long term. It just might take a little longer than you're maybe wanting at this point, but it really will bear the fruit that you're looking for. So I hope that resonated for you, Divine Counsel. Thanks again for your donation. Oh my God, yes. All right, getting some good confirmation. Okay, so up next we've got Kat, who already has her question over on my email. Okay, so let me go over here, find out what we got going on. So this might be long, sorry. I moved. I'm now living abroad. I'm living in the country of Georgia. It's by Turkey, Russia, and Armenia. So much has happened. It's crazy. I moved in with Becco, but he ended up not being the guy I thought he was. He kept many things from me, and so much drama happened. I'm now living with a friend of his, a mutual friend now. Becco isn't a bad guy, but he definitely made it seem like he wanted something serious, but in reality, he didn't. Oh no. I feel like I'm a rebound for him. He recently broke up with his ex. She was living with him, and he was actually talking to me when they were still on and off, and I had no clue. That's why I didn't stay with him. Also, some money I was hoping to get fell through, so I'm financially dependent on Becco right now. I'm definitely looking for work, but for now, I depend on him. Even though I'm not living with him, he's the one taking care of me, making sure I have food and all of that. Anyway, the day I decided to move out of Becco's was because I had a huge fight and kept saying he was getting angry. He punched a wall right in front of me. I'm so shaken up. I packed my bags immediately. He did calm down after a while, and we talked. He seemed very remorseful, and he was sad, and he took responsibility for his mistakes. He was sad that I was leaving, but he understood, and didn't push me to stay. He has kept his distance since that. What I want, since that's what I want, but he didn't give. Oh, but he did give me some food and money today, so I can buy some things for myself. Like I said, he's not a bad guy, but definitely confused and not well mentally and emotionally. He was very heartbroken. So I do believe that by the end of week Thanksgiving, I may be able to move out of his friend's house and on my own, thankfully. Anyway, even after all this BS, I really like him, but I'm willing to leave. But I am willing to leave and not look back if that's what's best for me. Before I moved out of his place, we did have a relationship a few times, intimacy. I have this feeling I might get pregnant. I don't know why. It's still way early to tell if I am or not, since I've only been here since October 14th. It still feels, it feels so much longer. Even after this, I feel good. I mean, I've definitely had my rough moments and days, but I can really see how much I've grown. I really don't hate nor resent Becco. I truly feel this is happening for a reason. Yeah, I keep getting that. Like, this was supposed to happen. As crazy as that sounds. Yeah, I'm really getting that as well. Well, anyway, any advice for me? Sorry about pouring all this on you. I know it's a lot. I hope this doesn't burden you. I just want to give context and feel that you've been with me through this journey, so I want to fill you in. Absolutely. And all of those good vibes that we got, I really did see that like as the highest potential. But I think he is very good at masking his true intention, because we didn't even pick up on that girlfriend that he was on again, off again, as you guys were, starting to get together, or at least, talk in a more emotionally connected way. So let's just feel into this for Kat. Anything after what we read, anything Spirit wants to illuminate. Yeah, this is you feeling very out of balance, very like at the drop of the hat, like everything could go just flying. Very out of balance, but I think you did the exact right thing for yourself by leaving. And yeah, I think he did take his anger a little too far, but at the same time, you don't deserve that. And you don't need to be putting yourself in a place where he has total control and power over you. But there is new love coming in. So this could also indicate pregnancy, which we kind of touched on. I'm going to get a clarifier on that. I'm really not feeling that's the case for you. To me, this feels like a new love, a new start in love, either with him or someone else. I'm really picking up maybe it could be someone else, but let's just see. Is this indicating pregnancy with this Ace of Cups, please, Spirit? Okay, no, it's not. You're not pregnant, so yay, because I know that's probably not what you wanted right now, so that's good. Is this Ace of Cups indicating a rejuvenation with the romantic relationship with Becco? Let's ask that question. Whoa, too many. All right, here we go. Nope, I don't think so. It says get more information, so that's maybe at best. So let's see if this Ace of Cups involves a new romantic interest for Kat. It says unlikely. So this could just be self-love and taking care of yourself for a while. I do see long-term, though, you will find somebody. There will be some helpful people. So you do have people that are helpful. And maybe this, because I did ask romantic, maybe you are meeting a soulmate that's not a romantic soulmate, but more just like a soul brother or a soul sister type of energy that is helpful to you. They're helping you. They're maybe letting you live with them, or maybe you're finding a way to live with someone who's more like a roommate and a friend kind of thing, rather than having to rely on Becco. Divine Counsel. I just got a relationship that ended in a domestic way. Was also in a domestic abuse relationship with my kid's father for almost 10 years, and we were married for 3. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. Oh, it's so hard. Like, that was my mom. Like, she was in the same situation. She had 3 kids, and my life was better because she left. So that's awesome. But we have here, look, Kat, a win-win outcome is forecast. So this really, things are actually working out in a better way for you. This is a new beginning for you. Just to have a clean slate, to be able to do it on your own for a while, maybe even meeting a soul brother, soul sister that you can become a really good friend with, do things with, experience the country of Georgia with. Let's see what else is coming for Kat as a result of all of this with Becco. Yeah, balance spirituality and practicality. And now your dad's coming in. He has a message for you too. So let's go. Where are we going? Where is it? Here it is. All right. So I think he's wanting you to know he's protecting you. He's guiding you. And he will be with you. So we've got here, I watch over you every day. Absolutely. Guiding you, protecting you. Just what we knew. And just balancing, really leaning into your spirituality, but not forgetting about your day-to-day functions of, showering and, when you do get up work, being able to go to work, hanging out with friends, doing things you enjoy, because I think that's very important, is to be able to also enjoy your time over there rather than just feel like you have to live without that enjoyment. Your father is just a thought away. Anytime you need him and his protection, his love, he's just right there. So don't worry about it. And he's saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Because I think there is part of him that wishes he could have completely prevented the punching of the wall and everything going on with that. Like, he didn't want you to have to go through that. But I'm seeing this might be a past life connection with Becco. And a lot of times, here's the deal. if you go to someone and it looks like everything's going to be roses, like, it seemed like it was going to be a really good thing with you and Becco through this, a lot of times spirit won't give the real tea on something because it's a karmic connection that needs to happen so that something can come from that. So a lot of times spirit won't illuminate everything for us because that would almost be like cheating the system, right? So let's feel into this past life stuff for you and Becco. Just see if there's anything, because you did send basically a donation for 2 questions. We can just tie it all up into this Becco situation. Yeah, and it's interesting. He has a past life obligation to now take care of you right now. Wow, look at that. That's coming out. It says financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So he is, kind of helping you, footing the bill for now. What other past life or karmic connections are going on between Kat and Becco in this life from a past life, please, Spirit? Forgiving and learning. Look at that. Yeah, it's crazy. Isn't that such a weird thing? I'm going to spill the tea on my own life. So about a month into dating, so I dated 2 guys before I started dating my husband. One was still in high school that I consider like serious boyfriends. And by serious, it's like more than like, oh, we're boyfriend, girlfriend, hold hands. And I was with the first kid for 8 months, which was like my longest term relationship. And then the next guy was like hardcore narcissist. A month into that relationship, I had moved out. I was going to move in with him and a friend as just friends. The night before I'm meant to move in, my sister is in the back seat of his car. I'm in the front. And then Eric, the ex, is driving. And my sister goes, hey, Eric, do you like my sister? And I'm 18. So, like, I'm still very green with relationships and anything having to do with relationships. And I didn't really even like him. I mean, he thought he was cute, but, like, it didn't go too much deeper than that. But there was this kind of sense of I want to be his friend. I want to hang out. It's fun to hang out. But I didn't want a thing. I didn't want a relationship. But my sister's like, so you like my sister? And he's like, yeah, I do. And then she's like, well, do you like him? To me. And because he just, confessed he liked me, I couldn't be that mean person, be like, no, I don't like you, get away from me. So I'm like, yeah, I guess, kind of like that. And my sister goes, okay, you guys are going out now. And then to top it all off, our other friend that was supposed to move in with us couldn't get his finances together to be able to move in. So it was just me and him, day one of a romantic relationship, moving in together. But by a month into it, the ish really hit the fan with us. His other friend and the friend that didn't move in were in the back seat of my car. I'm driving. Eric's in the front seat, and I look into the rearview mirror because the guy Ace in the back seat is telling this story about. I couldn't tell you what it was about, but it was, And when someone's talking, you make eye contact, you nod, you yeah, talk to them, and we get back to the trailer. It was a trailer to make everything better. It was a trailer. And we get back and Eric starts getting all huffy. And I had to go over to my mom's, which she was like less than a mile away. I had to go over there to help my sister and a bunch of the dance squad girls get ready for their dance squad for the halftime performance at school. Because I had just graduated. So I was still very close to a lot of my friends and stuff with the school. I was really excited for them and to go watch them perform and stuff. Because I was also captain of the dance squad, but then I graduated because I was done with school, graduated, gonna go to college. But he, threw a huge fit. He destroyed my bedroom, ripped all of my cheerleading and dance squad pictures off the wall. The one thing I saved from my house fire when I was 13 was this Care Bear that my grandma handmade for me. He ripped all its arms and legs off, which I still haven't sewn them back on to this day, which is really sad. I have them, I just have not sewn them back on. I mean, he did that a month in, and there's me, 18-year-old, like, I forgive you. And I went back, and I moved back in, and then things just went from bad to worse, 4 other times. I mean, I could go on, but yeah, I've since learned from that. But it's, at least with Becco, it didn't go that extreme. But I'm already saying, just from my own personal experience too, I think it's best if you do keep your distance. I mean, I think you can probably keep a friendship with him, but as far as an intimate connection, just one-on-one hanging out or even romantic, it's probably not in your best interest because I think whatever past life karma was going on, you're figuring it out. You're going through it. But it says, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. But that doesn't mean you have to experience love with him. But yes, there is this attraction with you. But that attraction, I think, was there to be able to pay off this karma, if that makes sense. So let's get a word or two of advice for Kat about this Becco situation. Wait for winter. So, of course, in the northern hemisphere, we're in fall. Winter will start December 21st, going, all the way to March 2022. So it says, wait for winter. During the colder months, the fairy queen of winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes, as long as your intentions are for the highest good of all. So I think during this winter, you're going to have the finances and the stability to be able to have a place of your own, or maybe even a place with that kind of soul brother or soul sister, like a roommate situation. Sounds like my marriage of 32 years. We were separated, obviously. I'm a soul learner, right? I mean, sometimes you live and you learn. Sometimes you live and then you learn way later. Like, we got to give ourselves some grace, right? I stayed 2.5 years on and off in that thing, and that was more than a lifetime's worth for me. But my mom, she dealt with a lot of scary things with my dad, and yeah, we live and we learn. Let's see. Get one more on this for Kat. The guy I'm staying with is so kind. He's also helping me out a lot as well. Yeah, that could be that soul brother, like a soul family member that's also there to help you, but there's really no romantic connection there. I mean, it could lead to one. I think that's always a possibility, but oh, he's older, like an uncle. Yeah. Then to me, this feels like more, loving, kind of brother, like soul brother kind of thing. Yeah. And as far as you moving back in with Becco, I wouldn't. Don't turn back. Don't turn back. I know it says turn back, but I'm hearing don't turn back, because it's just, you're already, because she's scratching her head. She's very confused. Do I go forward? Do I go back? And with that number 51 there, that adds up to a 6. This is about self-love and self-care and asking your higher self what is best for you. And I don't see this meaning you have to leave the country or anything like that, because yeah, this was kind of a pretty major thing that happened, but at the same time, it's not gonna be the end all be all, because look, it's exactly confirming how I read this card. Don't go back to him. But stick with it. Stick with your current plan. And then you have the angel number 44 to guide you. This is your dad popping in. This is spirit popping in to say, hey, we got you. We're protecting you. We're guiding you. You've got our support. And also building a new foundation, which is very Ace of Cups vibes as well. So let's just get one more tarot to really round this out. I'm going to put a couple of these away. I think we got that one done. Put a couple of these away, and then we'll get that tarot to really figure out the outcome and kind of next steps for you. But I think where you're at right now, it already does feel way more stable for you after what you've been through. Okay, so we'll put these away. Grab one more tarot for Kat's situation with Becco. And just Kat moving forward. Put it that way. Oh, I put that in the wrong spot. There we go. But yeah, just sing. Have some fun. There's another 4. So you got 444. And right as I said that, it's 3:33 on my clock. So, angel numbers, really supporting you. So let's see. Any final wisdom or guidance about Kat moving forward? Anything she needs to know? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and you have a victory here. Recognition, happiness, fulfillment, contentment. This is you, this is very just sing energy. Standing on stage, getting the roses thrown. Look, she's actually the one handing the roses out. It's like you enjoying yourself. You're going to create all this abundance in your life, which you can gather up and then be able to help give to other people. I love that. That's so cool how these tie together. Tell a story. That's the thing I love about incorporating multiple decks. Sometimes you can get a real cool story going. But this is you, not feeling guilty or bad that Becco's brokenhearted. He kind of made his own bed. Now he's got to kind of lie in it. It is nice, though, that he's still, helping you out. But there is a new cycle in your relationship, which I think, we did pull this card before with you guys. And it was like, yeah, moving in, this can develop into love, can create abundance. I remember us specifically talking about this for you, Kat. I remember that. But I think this was to get you not to be scared to go over there and close out that old karma so that you could start a new cycle, because this is all about a new cycle, finding your own soul somehow in this, maybe even finding love in another way, maybe not even just in this new country, but maybe if you do come back to the US at some point. But this taught you a very valuable lesson from here on out, to, really not just take what people say, online or at face value as truth, but to really feel them out and, let their actions speak louder than the words that they say. So that's a really, that's a good, I think, lesson that you're learning from this. And it's interesting, not Monday, but next Thursday, actually, on my main channel, I have a pick a card reading going live called What Lesson Am I Learning from This? That I think you might really enjoy getting some clarity on the situation from. That'll be on Thursday, whatever day of the month, whatever date. I think it's like the 28th, October 28th, next Thursday. That pick a card will be on my main pick a card channel. If you want to check that one out, Kat, but let's just get one more to tie all this up. Kat, moving forward. Let's just tune into your energy, minus Becco. Kat, moving forward. Remember what comes before the star in the tarot, the tower, which you had a tower moment going on with Becco. So now is your wish fulfillment, is your victory. It's your victory. You're on top now, on top of the wheel. Over these next few months, you're getting your bearings, you're overcoming this tower moment, and you're able to then do what you want and enjoy yourself and sing, just enjoy yourself, do your schooling and your work and, whatever it is you're doing there, hanging out with friends, meeting new people. Like, this is all what you're meant to really experience here. And I think Spirit wanted Becco to kind of be the one to get you over there, because without him, I don't think you would have actually gone. And there's such a rich experience to be had for you over here in this country that you wouldn't have gotten if you really didn't have anyone else to lean on just to get you over there. So I think that maybe is the main lesson, was even though things didn't work out exactly the way you saw, that doesn't mean they all have to, go down with that tower moment. Like, you could still create a lot of abundance and happiness and fun without it being that one script you thought you were running, basically. So I hope that resonated, Kat. You got this. I really do, on a ego level, wished we could have tuned into these energies deeper to get to the heart of this, so you could have completely avoided all of that, but Spirit had other ideas. So that's what we're working with now. So hopefully, now that that's over, you don't have to experience any more deep karma with him. You've probably paid a lot of it off, as far as what I can see. I was already planning to come here, but with his support, I actually went through with it. Thank you, Amanda, and thank you for all the support from everyone else. I'm truly am fine. I understand this is a lesson for me. I'm definitely going to stay here in this country and make it my own. You got this, girl. I know you can do it. I'm so proud of you, Kat. And I'm proud of you that you left. You weren't going to just let that happen. That's huge. That's huge. So be proud of yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back. And yeah, we're here for you. Anytime you want to come hang out and tell us what's going on, we're here for it. All right. So Steph Freeman, and looks like she's got her question. Taking care of Gran still. Myself, art has been on hold. So I've been working on my own spiritual growth. Having a near-death experience has opened my eyes. What does Spirit see this next year? My goodness, near-death experience. Yeah, those can really be an eye-opener. I'm already seeing there is something to celebrate, something really exciting going on for you this next year that you're really putting your soul into. Yeah, and healing. This is healing. This is being able to overcome something that has transpired in your past, or maybe even something that's going on for you over this next year that you're overcoming, you're surmounting, you're healing from a long and grueling journey that you went through. And this also is the internet card. I always call this my internet card. Communication online. Oh, cancer survivor. There we go. Yeah, just healing, really aligning yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually to really get healthy. That's really beautiful. And the moon, seeing through the illusions of things. But maybe you did get a lot of support by people online or online groups, or maybe you think about starting your own thing online to help other people. Could even be something to do with your art going online and bringing you some abundance, because this is about communication. This could even be starting a new business, or basically using your past to your advantage to actually create something that you can really put your stamp of approval on, something you can really celebrate, like overcome. It's like you're celebrating all of that journey that you've been on. We have a donation coming in from Marley. If whoever Marley is here in the chat wants to claim their reading, go ahead and let us know who you are. We'll get you on the list right away. All right. Anything else for Steph Freeman, please? Ooh, yes. Yeah, I love this. Okay. Let me just put this out there. You've got a lot of options. You are not just pigeonholed into one category of anything. But you do have the Ace of Wands here, which is new inspiration. There might be a new idea, a new artistic piece that you're wanting to create, or a whole artistic movement that you're looking to create. I don't know, something really inspirational and exciting, a new beginning. Both of these indicate new beginning right here, because you've left that old cycle, that old stagnation, that old yuckiness, just whatever it was weighing you down or holding you back. You've left that behind. You've healed through it. So, I know you're still taking care of your grandmother, but it's like you're finding pockets of time or ways to still incorporate not only your spiritual practice, but also your art, because I think your art is actually a big part of your spiritual journey here. It's a way you do express yourself. It's a way that you really tune into your spirituality. So I think it's just as important to work on your art when you can as it is to work on your spiritual life, because they are one and the same. But maybe just even feeling a little overwhelmed with all the different things you have going on in your life over this next year, closing out old cycles, maybe even really prioritizing things and getting rid of a few things that just aren't meant for you right now. Maybe just kind of back burnering them if there's something you still want to do, but just maybe the timing isn't right. Just kind of putting them, back burner for now can really help free up your mental energy to focus on what's right before you. This new idea, this new inspiration, whatever it is that's coming for you over this next year. But it's so exciting. Like, this is so exciting. I kind of want to get a little clarifying card on this Seven of Cups. Yeah. So this is you tuning into your emotions to really decide what is for you and what can be back burner and what can you just kind of cut out altogether that just isn't really serving your soul mission here. And cutting that out so that you can clear this up. And I'm almost seeing like Three of Cups energy, like that celebration, something you're being recognized for, something you're really excited about coming into play over this next year. And also really healing through some past emotions, past baggage you've been carrying around since childhood. Could even be past life stuff you're bringing forward to heal so that you can step into your highest authority and your highest potential here on this planet, and allowing more of your higher self to come online. So if you did miss the collective reading at the beginning of this, Steph, you might want to watch it, because we did do a message or just getting guidance on our healing journey, spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical healing. And just what our little collective here that we're watching the replay needed to know about their healing journey. And it really brought some amazing information forward. But you are doing a lot of healing, because this is a emotionally healing card. Pairing that up with the Six of Swords, healer vibes, major healer. Maybe even you yourself deciding you want to help heal others in some capacity. Let's see what else is going on. But Steph, you got some big. I just got this huge. I got chills now. Just huge wave of excitement. I'm feeling like even grandfather energy, like grandfather's watching out for you, cheering you on. And father, I'm seeing father figure. Yeah, there's that past, that nostalgia, the love of these people who've passed away. And even those that you didn't quite feel that love from at times. Wow, just huge wave of euphoria and chills just washed right on over me. Wow. Yeah, just healing. And I think you had mentioned, Steph, at one point, your grandfather was like a father to you. So that could be why I keep getting that father energy, but just that nostalgia, like missing him, loving him. Since we're talking about the grandfather, let's bring him in. Let's just see if he's got any specific messages for you today. These messages for Steph Freeman from her grandfather that's reaching out. Woo! I send you loving signs through nature. Look at that. Oh, I got such chills again. Steph's got chills. Ethan's feeling the same. We're all feeling it. Wow. But I don't know if dandelions, I think we had tuned into maybe the fact that he did gardening or something at one point. Gardening or fishing, I don't remember. I remember it's like starting to flood back to me. Something about your childhood and connecting with your grandfather outdoors was very important to your relationship. But he's letting you know he's with you. That's what those chills are. Look at that. He's standing next to you. And to me, this almost reads as like a father figure holding the hand of a child. Look at that. It's very blurred out, but like you can still see it. Wow. Let's get one more. He's on a roll. Okay, my mind is free. So we've got a doorway here. So I don't know if at the end of his life he was really struggling mentally or mentally impaired. Maybe even if that's something your grandmother is going through. He's letting you know that when it is her time, he will be there. He will be there for her as well. Oh man, such chills. Wow, he really has some beautiful, loving, and strong energy. And he's with you guys a lot. I think he hangs by a lot because of your grandmother. And just knowing that her time here is, it's winding down rather than still a long stretch ahead of her. When she does cross over, it's like the second she crosses, she's going to be able to have her mind free. So if she is struggling with Alzheimer's or dementia in any way, or just forgetfulness, I'm seeing like a very cloudy, almost like this is her sight, but like with her own memories, with where she is right now, like she can get really confused or very like squinty, like I don't remember, like something like that. That she's gonna get all that clarity the second she crosses over out of her body. She's going to be fully restored and her mind will be free once again. Wow, that's so powerful. Wow, he's got some great, dementia. Yeah, he's got some powerful energy though that he's bringing to the table. And he says, we are so connected. Look at that. And I always read these like as blood cells, even though they're blue, like little cells. It's like the blood that ran through his veins is still running through yours, and also your grandmother's blood is running through your veins. So when the time comes for her as well, you'll still be connected. Like that's what I see with that. Let's see. Let's just get one more. Just anything else for Steph Freeman over this next year. I think your grandfather hijacked your reading one other time, if I'm not mistaken. He likes to do that. He just winked at me like he's so silly. Aww. Okay, we got two. Yes, look at this. He's so grateful for all the burdens you've taken on to make sure that your grandmother has a beautiful rest of her life. I mean, you have done so much, like so much more even than you give yourself credit for, Steph. Like I want to give you a big hug and a big round of applause. Like not many people could do what you do. Like not many people could give that level of dedication and love to someone. But it's like, it still does bring you ultimate happiness and joy. But when he's showing me too, like when your grandmother does cross over, it will be like a burden is lifted. And if you do feel that way, he's saying not to feel guilty about it, because you've done so much more for her than anyone else in the family would have done. And then some. Like you went above and beyond and still continue to go above and beyond every single day. But when she does cross over, it's like things will look even brighter in your life. I know that's he's like, it's kind of like masochistic to say it like that, but he knows you will receive the message the way he's trying to convey it. I'm probably not doing the best job, but he knows you're going to receive the message the best way. It's like when she passes over and you feel this weight lifted off your shoulders, he doesn't want you to beat yourself up for feeling that release of burden, because it is a great burden that you are bearing right now. Of course, it's a great gift and a great joy for you as well at times, but the burden of it is very heavy as well. But the sun, You have this to look forward to. The sun is coming out. I just heard that song from Annie. The sun will come out tomorrow. Just so much good stuff on your horizon that, continuing to take your life day by day and, do what feels really good for you in the moment and taking care of your obligations and everything as you need to. But there's so much good stuff still yet to be had for you and still yet to happen that, I say this a lot on my channel, but he's really saying it's very present and prevalent in your life right now, Steph, is the rest of your life will be the best of your life. And then we've got the Justice card coming in. So all of that hard work and effort and love you're putting into everything you're doing with your grandmother, with your art, with life itself, and just helping other people, it's coming back to you. Like this is something karmically that is going to be a lot of good karma coming back to you. And you're going to be able to enjoy it sooner rather than later. Okay? He didn't like your dad. Yeah, I can totally feel that. You always make me sob. Oh, big hugs, Steph. That's some beautiful energy coming in for you. Hopefully it made your day and let you know your mission is very important here. What you're doing matters. And I care. Your grandfather cares. And I'm sure many other people care. Your grandmother cares. She definitely will be able to see all the love that you care and attention you gave her when she does cross over. Wow, so powerful. Thanks again, Steph, for your donation. It's always a pleasure to read for you. It's always a pleasure to read for all of you. I love that some of your guys' loved ones feel comfortable and trust me enough to come forward and deliver these messages. It's not everybody's loved ones that'll do that, but they're the specific ones that feel, I don't know, maybe they just vibrate fine with my energy. I don't know. You made my year. Well, big hugs to you. You made my year just by allowing me to experience a little slice of that euphoria that just completely took me over. I feel blessed to be in that energy. That's just feeling the love of spirit, whether it's my family, your family, really on a soul level, we're all family anyway. So it felt so good. Oh, hello, Marley. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yes, we have your donation. We will get you on the list. Thank you so much. And Marley has donated for a question. So yes, yes. All right. So up next, we've got Michelle Nguyen in the house. She wants some clarification on something. So we're going to get it for her. Yes, we are. Especially since we got that great big hug from Steph Freeman's grandfather. He's so fun. All right. Big hugs to you, Steph. Thanks again for letting me read for you. It's always a pleasure. All right. Curious what Spirit meant by a year from now. Yeah, let's dive into this. Will I have a baby next year? We are in Scorpio season, and a reader randomly said I will have a baby. It will be a Scorpio, or this could be my friend S, who you said was like a brother soulmate, but he already had kids. Okay, let's feel into that first. Let's feel into that S energy. Could this be S's kids? Because he is like a soulmate, like a soul brother. Could this be S's kids that we were picking up on, or that are picking up on? I'm seeing here it's up to you. And you did mention that you had an intuition that this was the case. So I think that you were right about that. I just want to get one more clarification on that. Could this be S's kids that Spirit was tuning into? It says let go. So yeah, I think so. I don't think it's going to be your romantic soulmate, or at least your next romantic soulmate if you've got more than one. I mean, many people do. Even those connections that look horrendous can be soulmate connections, because sometimes our greatest teachers can be our best friends. Our greatest teachers can be those that put us through the biggest ringer on this planet, but on the other side, they're like our greatest soul brothers and sisters. Like, it's so weird to think of it that way, but like, yeah, it can be. So I'm really picking up that, yeah, it's probably S's kids that they were picking up on. Yeah, and he already had kids. Yeah, for sure. That could be it. And look what's on the back of the deck. That's just confirming, yes, that's what that meant by that. I don't know why, but let's actually keep this one out and tune into this energy. What are you exactly meaning by this? Also, before we do that, let's tune into, is Michelle having a baby a year from now? Let's just ask. Oh my God. Well, we got the success card. So I'm actually interpreting this because remember the other one said it's up to you. If you want a baby in a year from now, you can have it. If you don't want that baby a year from now, you don't have to have it. You're getting the success, whatever success in this situation, this question looks like to you. So if you want a baby a year from now, it's on your doorstep. If you don't want that baby a year from now, it's delayed for you as long as you want it. You're succeeding, whatever that looks like, because some people might want that, some people might not. So I think you're getting the successful outcome you are seeking a year from now. Spirit's being so walking around the subject here. Let's get to the heart of this, Spirit. Please open it up. Yeah, you want to be married first. Yeah, and I think that's what success would be to you, to be married, then have the children. So whatever success in this situation looks like to you, that's what you're getting. So take a breath of fresh air if you just want to delay this a little. Let's get to know each other first before we just bring a bunch of kids in. All right. Okay, so let's feel into this a year from now energy. What are you trying to tell us, Spirit? Yeah, okay. Okay. So it just might be that you are meeting this Leo rather than right this minute, maybe closer to a year from now. And that's kind of what I was thinking, maybe a year from now when you guys are meeting. And it's weird though, because there have been times lately, I think it was maybe even in August, if I'm not mistaken, Michelle, because you're showing me like calendars, pages flipping, and then the month of August coming in, that we had tuned in, or some other psychic for you had tuned in, that you were going to meet this person like in October of this year, or maybe September of this year. And then we kept going on my channel, going back to after you have this staycation, go through this kind of hermit energy and really feel into what you want, then you would meet this person. So like, to me, it's not saying like a whole year has to go by, but what I'm seeing is like there's some soul searching and some introspection that you're going through before you are able to connect with this person on a deeper level. Because if you met this person now, or let's not say now, but like if you met this person before it was divinely timed to meet them, it might not be, because there are certain people in their lives, maybe he's dating someone right now, or maybe, I don't really see that though. I don't really see that he's with someone. I see he's very mirroring your energy. He wants this soulmate to come in, but it's just not happening. But he has a hard time slowing down because he works a lot, I see, and just wants to work on himself. But like at the same time, he wants that soulmate connection. But again, Spirit with their timelines is a hot mess a lot of time. But it's almost like saying like it can be as long as a year from now. But if you can do your staycation, really tune into what it is you want on a soul level and do all of this. Yeah, and I think he does come to your job. That is what's so weird here. I just think maybe he's not ready, or you're not ready. There's something to do with the timing of things that's not quite on it. Otherwise, you would have met already. That's what I'm hearing. Because I think both of you want to meet each other yesterday. Yeah, Knight of Swords. So once you do these things, once you really tune into what you want and start the ball rolling with your job, with whatever it is you're wanting to do, the move, all of these things I think are coming. And then right on the heels of all of that, then comes that love, because it's coming in hot. And again, this is like communication. This could be online communication as well. But also something very quick moving, someone moving very quickly. This could even be like comedy. I'm seeing like laughter, a lot of people laughing. Could even be music. Music is going on in the background. Let's see. What else? Yeah, another night. And then wedding card. So you are going to get your happily ever after. It's just all a matter of when. When is this happening? But I think, you're getting some success with something before a year is up. Success with your move, success with your job, success probably even with this connection. You're getting everything you want. It's just maybe you're not getting it right when you want it, if that makes sense. But there is celebration. There is a new home. There is a wedding. Maybe not within a year, but like long-term potential we're talking. Long-term commitment, long-term stability. This is a card about stability. There are 4 wands. That's, the 4 pillars. Being able to create and provide that stable foundation for yourself. And then the Knight of Wands. So you've got 2 fast-moving knights. But this Knight of Wands is inspired by something, which in your instance, I think you're inspired by changing your job and moving. Like that really lights that fire under you to put yourself out there and be in new areas or new arenas. Because it just might be that maybe the gym that you go to isn't the gym he's at or something like that. I mean, it could play out any multitude of ways. And maybe there's things that I've misinterpreted. I mean, we never know. But wisdom, your greatest wisdom can be found within. Doing a meditation, maybe even connecting to his energy in meditation. Cross paths. And that could be very well that you do. But let's see. Let's tune into his higher self, your higher self, connecting. Let's see. So let's just get a message from his higher self. Any advice, wisdom, guidance, message for Michelle in being able to at least cross paths or meet you, your human self. Okay, we got 2. Okay. Wow. This is about leaving some things behind. So the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. So yes, that path we kept talking about is you don't have to have the whole trip planned, just illuminating those 200 feet in front of you. That really, just taking action in these directions is going to get a whole bunch of balls rolling for you. And also we've got here, don't make decision based on guilt or what you think you should do. For it is only being true to yourself that you can be true to others. And this hermit is very true to themselves. So doing this thing like switching jobs or making a move because it's true to you and where you want to be and what you want to do, which I think it is. I really do. But just knowing that once you start the ball rolling with these other areas of life, the ball is going to be rolling also in the love department. I don't know. He might even look a little bit like that. Very cute. I love his pouty little lips there. So cool. Hopefully we didn't confuse you further, but I don't know. There's this release of the past or just feeling stuck like that. Kind of, the energy we got with your first reading today about the 9 and 8 of Swords, about feeling stuck or feeling, those belief systems kind of standing in your way, maybe even lack mentality with money. Because lack mentality with money, that would threaten some stability of your future. Stability in a relationship, stability in a home, stability in a job. I mean, one little belief system can really wreak some havoc in a lot of things. And I actually had a huge overhaul of a lot of my belief systems with that healing that I did with these past 2 Fridays with the Woodville family healers. So if you want me to send their information along to you, I totally can do that, because I felt like I kind of hit a plateau in my own spiritual development with my shadow work and healing from my childhood traumas, that I just needed someone else's help to just get me that push over the hump of what I have going on. But you can also just consort with your higher self. Like I said in the collective reading, that is a really good way to get this energy flowing in your direction, to clear out anything that is holding you back, so you can get on with your mission here and feel good about where you're going and what you're doing. I get so many timelines. I got October in readings at the end of the year, end of this year too in readings. Yeah, and I always say, like on my channel, take any timeline I ever give you with a grain of salt, because Spirit, they can say soon, they can say August, they can say all these things, but that's based on that snapshot of the moment in time. Any decision you make or don't make after that, or your say future soulmate makes or doesn't make after that, can totally shift the timeline by a day, by a year, maybe make it closer to happening rather than later than happening. And that's why I, like in my personal stuff, like I never want to know when anything's happening. I love to be surprised though. Maybe that's just me. I like to have a heads up of what might be happening with me, but like I don't have to know when a lot of times. And every time I do get a timeline of when, it's never correct. Anytime, like according to a reading I got last December, October was the month I was buying land. And there is no way in my life I am buying land this month of October, because the prices have quadrupled in my area. There's no way. There's no way. But at the time of that reading, that was not the case yet. So that shifted timelines completely. So I don't see, because I got that reading from the Cosmic Awakening, which she's brilliant, she's amazing. But of course, the timeline she tapped into, this wasn't happening yet. This crazy economy of 2021 wasn't happening yet. And there is a lot of foreseeing of future stuff that Spirit can let us know, but there's a lot they can't disclose to us either. So it's almost like a little guessing game, or us going in circles chasing our tail with things sometimes. And it can get very frustrating. So like when I get real frustrated like that, I just kind of leave it open to my higher self or Spirit to take care of the timing, and I'll put in my action. I'll put in my elbow grease and hard work and do what I need to do, but which I've been doing. To buy my land, I've still been doing it. I'm still putting in the work, still doing the thing. And yes, I would be lying if I said I wasn't just a teeny bit disappointed that it hasn't happened yet, because this is a dream I've had since about 2012. We bought this house in 2008, and we've been wanting to buy land and build a home since about 2012. And we probably could have done it about 3 years ago, but we're just wanting to save a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and a little bit more, and then life happens and time gets away from you, and then the whole Corona thing, and then prices skyrocketing, and it's like there's a big part of me that's like, oh, we should have just done it 3 years ago when we really could have actually done it. But that higher self part of me knows there's a reason it didn't happen when I wanted it to. Because Spirit has the grand scheme, grand picture that we can only see one little puzzle piece. We think we have it all figured out. Oh man, it's a whole thing. Yeah, it is harsh, and I'm in the realization, like with my own personal goals, that there's a lot that I know I have to wait for, and it sucks. But put on my big girl panties, and I'm gonna just be here. I'm gonna continue doing the work, and see what happens. Oh man. I mean, it is possible that you'll meet a spirit. Yeah, that's absolutely possible, because there's a lot of times, I mean, especially if there's karma involved, that they can't let us know certain things because we're not meant to know them before we're meant to know them, if that makes sense. So I probably should always put these disclaimers in my description, because just like the thing with Kat and Becco, like none of that. I mean, you were here for Michelle. You were here for a lot of her readings. It all looked like cozy, comfy, watching movies on a couch. He's very receptive to her energy. She's very, very receptive to his, which it sounded like there was some of that. But then that whole other shadow side of this thing didn't even come out. So it's like, what's happening, Spirit? But when karma's involved, they can't let us know much. They can let us know some of the stuff, but yeah. Okay, we had another donation coming in from Jacob. So Jacob, if you're here in the chat, let us know your chat name. We will get you on the list. So Luna Divine, you are next, my dear. Go ahead and post your question, aka Marley. Luna, aka Marley. And then we've got Jacob. Jacob. Okay. Right. Clear this deck out. Yeah, Spirit's pretty squirrely with their timelines and their information. And I've noticed too, like just my own personal readings that I'll do for myself, or that readings that I'll get with other people, which I don't do very often. Maybe twice a year I'll get a reading from someone. But I notice the more times, it's like, say you go to a pick a card having to do with, I don't know, who is my soulmate? I don't know. Let's just use that as an example. You use that as the example, and then you go watch 50 different pick a cards on that. Like they can all vary, and then one can introduce a whole new concept that one didn't touch on, and then it can really get you confused. So a lot of times asking about the same energy, once in a while to check in on it, I think is good. But like asking about it a lot within a small amount of time sometimes can really get it confused, like get you confused. Spirit's never confused. Spirit's probably laughing at all of us right now, but yeah, sometimes it can confuse, because just like I say, just one decision you make different can shift a timeline. It's very Back to the Future. If you think about it, how if the parents don't do one thing, then those kids don't exist in the future because she doesn't even marry that guy. Like, these things, we still have free will on this planet, which spirit can't interfere with. So your significant other's free will, your future soulmate's free will, is something we can't touch, and even your free will, Michelle, is something we can't touch either. So yeah, higher self can only give us the highest potential in that moment, and then from there it might completely unravel or it might completely come true. It's a whole thing. All right, Luna, it's your turn. If you can post your question, we'll get right into it for you. Otherwise, we can get into Jacob's question. Whoever posts first between Luna, Divine, or Jacob will go with your question. And then our holdover is Jessie. So I'm kind of coming to the end of this live stream. So if you were hoping to get your question answered today, you can always send a donation. Otherwise, I will be live again next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Let's see what else. Tomorrow on Patreon, I have the weekly reading going live over there. Monday, I have a pick a card on my main channel. It's just a cute and cozy, I literally called it cute and cozy pick a card reading. Just something cute and cozy that wants to be a fun message for you. What else do I have? Thursday was what lessons am I learning from this? Pick a card going live next Thursday, main channel. Main channel's first thing linked in the description below if you're interested. All right, I'm not seeing either Marley, aka Divine, Luna Divine, or Jacob. So these were donations from 31 minutes ago and then 10 minutes ago. So if you're here, if you're either of those people, it's 411 on my clock. I can't think of words. Oh, you're Jacob. Cool, Jacob. So I think you had posted your question within the PayPal thing, so I can actually go read that and we'll get right into your question. How about that? And then Luna Divine, aka Marley, you can post your question and we'll get into it right after Jacob. So Jacob, okay, so her name is Kaylee Garrett. So do we get back together? Also, could you share anything else that you feel? Okay, so we're feeling into the relationship between Jacob and Kaylee. All right, here we go. Perfect. Oh, no worries. You're fine. Here we go for Jacob. Well, welcome. I don't think I've seen you here before, so welcome to the channel, Jacob. Let's feel into this energy for Jacob and Kaylee. What's going on with Kaylee? Is there any way they're getting back together? Okay. Wow, I don't see that this connection is completely over, if that's what you're wanting to know. This is my Olympic athlete card. It's the 9 of Wands. It's like you've put in so much blood, sweat, tears. There's a lot of history here. And I think you're not giving up. Like you're like, I know there's still love here. I know there's still potential here. And because the 4 of Wands came out with that this is long-term stability and commitment in a relationship. This is moving in together. This is weddings. This is family. So I still see this as a potential for you. So, like, good news. But I'm seeing on the back of the deck with the Page of Wands, you're going to have to come, both of you are going to have to come at this relationship in a whole new way, leaving a lot of maybe the past wounds, traumas, baggage between the two of you behind, finding new ways of operating, finding better ways to love each other, to communicate. I'm seeing like maybe a disconnection in the communication, maybe a no contact or no communication thing going on at some point, or definitely the breakup part of the relationship, especially if this has happened more than once. It's just maybe it's like your energy can be right for each other, but it's like it's not the right time at times when you're together, and then other times when you're together, it's just like, wow, this is so good. How can it get any better? But the Page of Wands, this is someone who's inspired with an idea and they take it the distance. So you may even, this is also a messenger. Pages are messengers. So you may get a very inspirational message from her. I'm seeing within 3 months, which sounds like a very long time when you're in, like you say now, no contact. But I think you are just dealing with some like Nine of Swords energy, just very sleepless nights, going back over all the things that didn't work out, what things you should have said or done differently, just all of that anxiety and stress and worry, maybe even dreaming about her, or like just sleepless nights, just could be insomnia, just stressing out, a lot of anxiety surrounding the connection. Also on the back of the deck, you've got the Empress and the Sun. So I do see there is potential. I don't know if you guys have kids together. We've got a pregnant Empress here, and then we've got a pregnant lady here. And the Sun also can represent children. So especially Sun, a male child. So I don't know, maybe this could be, yeah, we can check her energy. But as far as like potential in your relationship, she could be the mother of your children, especially most specifically a son, a boy child. There is still that potential there. At the very least, you maybe have thought of her being the mother of your children if you want children. Again, it's just a potential. But okay, let's put these ones away and really tune into just her energy, what she's got going on right now, how she feels about you right now. But I'm just saying, it's not over until it's over. So, all right. So how is Kaylee feeling for Jacob right now? Let's just check her energy, see if there's anything holding her back, anything she's upset about, just what's going on. Okay, wow. So she does feel deceived in some way, and maybe even left out in the cold, or like something happened that was very unfair between the two of you. This is where it gets good. There we go. We're diving in. We're getting the real tea here. There may have been deception. This doesn't have to be cheating, although you can interpret it that way, either on your end or her end. But this is like coming from her energy, where she felt cheated in some way, or left out in some way, or like things were unfair in some way. A way you treated her, something you said, something you did. Could even be just things she projected onto you and accused you of, which you didn't. Oh, it was cheating. Okay, so we're right in there. We're getting the real tea right here. I kind of can interpret these things many ways, so it helps me when you say it was cheating that I can confirm, okay, here we go. So yeah, she's probably not going to be quick to just, forgive, but that potential for her to forgive is still there, because she does still see herself with you in the future. But I think she's just trying to overcome some of these things. Let's just see, because we did tune in 3 months from now, there might be communication from her to you. So let's just feel into this future communication, if it's going to happen. What is she going to say to Jacob? Like, what's going on with that? Oh, she cheated on you. Gotcha. Okay, yeah, there we go. She's feeling guilty. Yeah. But I think she is going to be the one to reach out to you eventually, but it's been really eating her up. So maybe that anxiety we were picking up, sleepless nights we were picking up in that first part of the reading, was her energy. And maybe, her wanting to be the mother of your children rather than the other way around. So yeah, she definitely feels guilty. And probably because I wasn't seeing this as her, wow, yeah, this is something she's overcoming. She's feeling really guilty about it. She's like, why did I do that? I can't believe I did that. Like, especially feeling left out in the cold. Like, she knew how good she had it, but like, why did she do that? Like, that's what's going through her head. But again, we've got a male child next to her, which is very interesting. So it's like she still sees potential in this relationship and is very ashamed of herself for what she did. Wow. Anything else? Yeah, she lied to you. She deceived you in some way. She told you it was something, what was one way, but really it was another way. It was much bigger than she was allowing you to see it until you did see it. Yeah, I can totally see that Sun in 2 cards, and then that Empress was pregnant. So 3 cards are talking about pregnancy and wanting a male child. Wow. Yeah, and even this cat here is very crouched down, like ashamed of itself. It's like, I think she may have even done things you don't realize she did, or it to me feels like maybe the cheating she did, she tried to play it off like, oh, it was just like a one-time thing, or if she said it didn't mean anything, I think it did mean something. I think, because if it didn't mean anything, I don't really think she would have gone down that road in the first place. But I do still see her too, with all this child energy around her. to me, it feels like there could have been something in her childhood, maybe even specifically something either with her father or with her brother that made her feel like inadequate, or like she's not good enough, like she's got to prove herself. And she made a stupid mistake and probably made it more than once. So why does she do all this? And anyway, we can see how she views me. Yeah. So she did this because she thought, I think a small, okay, wow. Yeah, there we go. That's it right there. Father killed himself. Yeah. And that sun energy, the sun does represent your father in your birth chart. So the fact that she wants to get pregnant to carry on that like son, that legacy, have a male child to carry on that father legacy, like there's a part of her that sabotages a lot of things because of that father sabotaging his own life and leaving her left holding the bag. That's very deep. I mean, she's got some major issues surrounding her own childhood trauma, the things that happened in her own life. And she is relatively young. You did give her birth date here, 2001. So she's 20 years old. I mean, it's not till about age 25 that I think it's called the prefrontal cortex, but don't quote me on that. The part of the brain that's about logic and reasoning and talking yourself out of doing something that you want to do on impulse, like that doesn't fully develop until you're about 25 years old. Yeah. And I think because you're older than her, by 5 years, about a little less than 5 years older than her, there is kind of this more authoritative, maybe like prefrontal cortex, frontal lobe, one of those, Ethan, you might know better than I do. I know it's one of them. The reasoning and logic part of your brain. But it's almost like with the 9 of Cups, she made plans for something and then the wish fulfillment. And then, of course, we've got Cancer coming in, Cancer the crab. In Vedic astrology, she actually would be a Cancer rather than a Leo, if that makes sense. And in Vedic astrology, the sun does rule the father. I'm not sure if that's the same in Western astrology. I'm not as in tune with Western astrology, but there may have been something also with the mother, because the moon also represents the mother. She's got the moon and the sun involved in this reading. So both parents did something to her mentally. The father taking his own life, maybe the mother being manipulative in some way, or basically making her feel inadequate, or like she did something wrong from a very young age. Her mother's been very critical of her. Even if her relationship with her mother seems better now, she doesn't talk about her. I can see why. I think the mother manipulated a lot of things going on with her, and maybe even cheated on her father. And I see that the mother and father went separate ways. So I don't know if that's because the father was still in the relationship and killed himself in the relationship, or if they went their separate ways and then he later did that thing. I'm really seeing it. Maybe they were split up before that happened. At least emotionally. If they weren't physically separated, emotionally they've been separated for a long time before he even did that. But it's like part of her wish fulfillment to be able to make things right again, make things better again. Yeah, you were her go-to for a lot of things, and she relied on you maybe too much for things. But she made plans and just kind of assumed, well, he'll always be there, so I can just kind of do what I want, have fun, and be young, and do all these things. But she shot herself in the foot by cheating and just going a little or a lot too far. But let's just see. So why did she do all this? And how she views you. Well, she's still optimistic that you guys can repair this. She is, on her end. But again, she's very ashamed of what she's done. And she, as weird as it sounds, there's very dueling energy between you and her. It's like, free yourself from this, but yet it's worth waiting for. To me, this is you closing this out and finding someone new ultimately to free yourself from it. It's time to take back control of your life. Even do like, they're called cord cutting meditations, Jacob. Look up cord cutting meditation and cut the energy from the past in the relationship between the two of you. That might be able to create a new foundation moving forward. If you can work through together
all that has transpired, and if she can get help for her issues surrounding her childhood and the loss of her father and her, because she has those self-sabotaging tendencies now. But this is a soulmate connection, so there is this pull towards each other. But not all soulmates are meant to be in your life as like a long-term forever thing. But if you are torn, Jacob, let's feel into that. If you are torn with this, I would say, if your intuition is saying, let's try it again, I think you would be mad if you didn't at least try one more time. But if your intuition is saying, just cut it loose and just move on, then do that. But let's just ask these cards. So is cutting ties and moving in a new direction for Jacob his best interest right now? Or is giving Kaylee another chance in his best interest right now? Okay, so as far as moving on without her, we've got reconsider. So there's more to be had here. Remember that potential for maybe bringing a child in. But as far as you making things work with her, it's ask for help from others. So she definitely needs help with her mental issues. Maybe even seeing like some sort of counselor together, or getting outside advice as to how to move forward. But is this going to be in Jacob's best interest to give Kaylee another chance and see what they can do? Yeah, don't stop. Which, my personal advice would probably be to run the other direction, but Spirit says this isn't over. So this is you tuning in to your own higher self and really figuring out, yeah, she definitely needs therapy or some help, because a lot of these issues that she's dealing with are, she's still so young. Like, there's so much potential. Like, it does say she is worth waiting for. Yeah, I'm afraid me leaving her have really sent her down a spiral. And again, Spirit wants you to know, though, Jacob, that's nothing you have to feel guilty for, because you did what was in your best interest. You pulled your energy back from her and were like, no, we can't do this. This is not okay for you to cheat on me. I'm done. And you did the right thing in that instance. You did the right thing. Whatever decision she made after that as a result of you leaving, that was her doing, not yours. But there's still, at the very least, hearing her out. Oh my gosh, look. There's a boy and a girl child there. At the very least, I think you owe it to yourself, Jacob, to sit down with her and just hear everything she wants to say, and then say everything you want to say to her, and just see if there is anything left to salvage. Because Spirit seems to think there is. Maybe you have some children you need to bring into this planet by way of her and by way for her from you. I don't know if that's like a karmic thing you're meant to bring children in, but just having that heart-to-heart conversation, that could be that Page of Wands that we had. Oh, it was in the other reading. The Page of Wands and then the Three of Wands. Getting together, just hashing it all out, and then seeing where do we go from here. Because this is a moving forward card. But not moving forward after just, okay, fine, whatever. This is after some thinking about it, some dealing with some issues, some really figuring out where do we go from here? What happened? What went wrong? How can we make it better? There's a lot that needs to be taken into consideration before you just give her another chance and continue business as usual. Because remember, from that first couple cards we pulled, there's almost like a restructuring of the company that needs to happen in this relationship because the way you were operating in the relationship before isn't going to be a long-term way to. Yep, I'm still doing paid readings if you want to send your donation in the next few minutes. Yeah, absolutely. But moving forward, you definitely need to have different boundaries and new ways of operating within the relationship together. When she reaches out, I will give her a chance. Yeah, at least allow her and you both to get everything off your chest. And then however you, Jacob, feel after that will let you know your next step. I don't think you're going to know quite your next step until you do communicate again and really get on the same page and even just tell her, I want to know everything. I don't want you hiding anything. I don't want you lying. I don't want you cheating. I want to know everything you did so that I can make my best assessment moving forward. And then I think you're going to get everything you need, and you're going to know what you need to do moving forward after that. Yeah, your only regret is she might view you as her father. Her biggest fear was that I was going to leave her like her dad did, and I did. Yeah, and again, that's still nothing that you have to feel guilty for, because she's projecting her own issues and fear onto you, which you don't deserve to have to carry that burden. That's not on you. So you getting back together with her should never, ever be out of you feeling obligated to take care of her or to fulfill some weird desire to have that father in her life by having you there. I mean, it's not your job to be her father or to make up for anything her father didn't do. So she needs to get right with, her own mind in that capacity and not put that burden on you. Which I think, she's got some beautiful potential moving forward. I mean, she's still so young. I mean, 20 years old is so young. I'm 39, just for context here. Who I was at age 20. I've never cheated on anybody, but still, at the same time, that very immature, fly-by-night version of who I was at age 20 is so vastly different than who I have been even since age 25 or 30 or 35 or almost 40, almost, not quite. So feel into your own intuition, because I think you'll know, but I think you both, at the very least, you deserve and need that closure to hear everything she has to say and then to say everything that you have to say. So even if you haven't already, Jacob, maybe just get a little journal or a piece of paper and just write out everything. If you could talk to her now, everything you would want to tell her, good, bad, happy, sad, everything in between, just get it all out. Just blah, just vomit it right onto the page. And then, maybe when you do get the opportunity to talk to her, maybe you can refer to that paper and say, okay, here we go. Or maybe you'll know by then, or maybe you'll have shifted by then to just be like, nah, I don't need it, But I think you're going to be okay. I really do. No matter what decision you make, you know in your heart you're doing the best. You're doing the best. Yes, thank you for coming to a TED Talk. Yes. You're doing what you can that is best for yourself. I know it sounds selfish, like, oh, I'm doing what's best for me. It's not, though. You're protecting your heart, and it's not up to you to protect her heart while she makes all these mistakes, and then you feel like you have to obligate yourself to protect her heart through all the mistakes she's made. She needs to make up for those mistakes by getting help, first and foremost, for herself, making it up to herself by getting help, and secondary, by at least apologizing and having different boundaries with you. But yes, Jacob, welcome to my TED Talk. Thank you for attending, y'all. I hope that helped, Jacob. Big hug for Jacob, everybody. He's going through some stuff, and it's not even your fault. That's the thing I don't see anything being your fault. It's just that's what's going on right now. And if she chooses to work through this and move through this, then, you can clean slate this stuff. Otherwise, you might just decide to move on, because the potential to be with someone doesn't mean you have to take it, because you have free will. You can decide anything you want, Jacob. You don't have to go with her out of any sense of obligation or to fulfill anything from her past that she's trying to play out into her future. You don't have to. Okay. So up next, we've got somebody. We've got... All right, let me find my place. Okay. Kayla, aka... I know it. It's just escaping me. Spiritual Peace of Mind, that's it. Kayla, aka Spiritual Peace of Mind. All right, so Kayla, go ahead and post your question, my dear. We'll get into it. And then we've got Jesse. Yeah, it is kind of like Christian you, but yeah, not as severe. Totally. He does need help in his own way, doesn't he? Don't we all need just a little bit of help around here? All right. So let's also add Ethan to the list for helping me keep the list tonight. Or today, I should say. It's not tonight quite yet. So we'll have Ethan, and then I'll finish up with Jesse's question after we do Kayla's question. So I'm wondering about my spiritual path and my gifts. What is it? Well, what is to come? Let's get into this for Kayla. She's wanting to know about her spiritual gifts and her path spiritual path and gifts and what's to come. Anything Spirit wants to illuminate for Kayla, please. This one. Ooh, look at this. So you may have had a spiritual awakening, or maybe it's on your horizon still. Either way, this to me feels like your own higher self was the one to detonate this tower. This was not a bunch of external things, even though it maybe looked like, well, that person did me wrong and I lost that job and this happened and that happened. Even if it looked like a bunch of external things, this was your higher self's doing. Your undoing was your higher self's doing. So any major like tower moments that you've had to undergo, especially in the last 5 years, this was your higher self's doing to get you to awaken, to really unfold yourself on your spiritual path, and to help bring your gifts online, because your higher self is saying you were playing too small. You were just settling for this small version of yourself, and you're not doing it anymore. At the very least, at the time of you're watching this right now, moving forward, you're not settling for any less than what you deserve and what your potential is. Because Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, you know what you deserve, and you're gonna not settle for anything less. Mic drop. I love when Spirit proves my point. Thank you. You're not settling for that past version of yourself that felt very small and in a box and told by others what to do. You're really breaking out. You're shining your light. I just heard that song by Pink, I'm Coming Out, So You Better Get This Party Started. Like, I don't know, maybe there's some other lyrics within that song that you can listen to and kind of make it your little theme song, like getting out and just stepping out of that comfort zone. Because look at this. Like I said, you were born to shine. And look, you were playing as like the Prince of Wands, like that, or sorry, not even Prince, like a Page of Wands. You can still send a donation if you would like. We're still here. I will honor it, absolutely. I still have a couple more readings to get through, so go ahead and feel free to do that, and then we'll get into it. But look, you're embodying. You're no longer playing as that small Page of Wands that's, still wet behind the ears and doesn't really know what to do with their life. No, you know what to do, and she is a very inspirational queen. She knows what's up. She may have her own artistic ideas or business ideas and endeavors that she goes after. Not slaying the dragon, but making the dragon an ally. So all of those like things you've had to overcome in your life, not looking them as like big obstacles in your way that really messed your life up, but instead thinking of them as like helpers to get you on the path that you're on now. Like you overcame those obstacles and didn't just slay the dragon, so to speak, but you made it part of your ally, or an ally to you. Almost like you, I'm even hearing like your shadow side, like all those parts of yourself that you hid away that were just too overwhelming, or you felt were not good enough for this planet, or dreams that you had as a child or a younger person that you put on the back burner, or completely locked away somewhere because you thought, well, I don't deserve to do this, or there's no way I could ever. You're bringing all that back online now. And you're not using it against yourself anymore. You're using it to your advantage. You're going in a new direction because you got the sun here. This is wish fulfillment. This is happiness. This is abundance. Especially you pair that up with the Nine of Cups. Wow. This is big stuff coming in. I mean, yeah, we started on kind of a little scary footing here. But again, your higher self planned this. Your higher self knew what was going on and has been in control this whole time. Whether your conscious mind and ego know about that or not, that's beside the point. But your higher self knows what's up, and they know what they are doing. She's got goosebumps, everybody. Yes, because you're here for bigger things than you've given yourself credit for. Let's see what else is going on. Kayla, her spiritual path, and just everything coming in for her. Yes, and this is exactly kind of going between the 3D and the 5D. Living as a human, but also embodying more of that higher self, bringing that light online, stepping into that greater version and potential of yourself. You're straddling worlds. You're wandering between realms. And the number 52 here is that very spiritual number 7. You add that up. 5 plus 2 is 7. So this is you introspecting and really knowing, okay, I'm not playing small anymore. I'm going to do this. Yep, you can still donate for sure. You are done playing small. Like, I could probably just say it over and over and over. Like, you're done playing small. You're leveling up. At the very least, you're stepping your toe into potential. your higher self, allowing more of that light to come online so that you can get down to business and do what it is you came to this planet to do. Wow, this is so powerful already, Kayla. Wow. Yes. And another 7. So the number 7 and 7. I don't know, are you a life path 7, or do you have like number 7 in your numerology, like your personality number, soul urge, destiny? I don't know. One of those numbers might be 7. That's a very spiritual life purpose. You're here to be a spiritual teacher or a psychic or an intuitive or a creative or just someone who knows themselves so well that they're not going to settle for anything less. It could look as simple as that, but I think you're here, you signed up to do some really big things here, and you're done playing small. I just keep hearing it over and over and over. Because you've signed a contract to break out of that shell and really expand yourself. Oh, hold in the number 7, your life path 11. Life path 11 is a master number. That's a very powerful life path as well. But really what this has taken, or what it will take to get you there, is courage. So really allowing that solar plexus to come online, or doing solar plexus meditation to really own that light, that beautiful solar yellow energy of the solar plexus. And also wherever Leo is in your chart, even if you don't have any placements within Leo, but if you are a Leo, sun, moon, rising, or other planets in Leo, this really does resonate for you. But even if you have an empty Leo house like I do in the 11th house, just as an example, you really are lighting that house up, because Leo, so the house that Leo is in your chart, and also wherever your sun is in the chart, those 2 houses are really showing how you're coming online in this life. So for me, as that example, I have an empty Leo 11th house, but my sun is also in the 7th house. So the 7th house represents business partners, your spouse, but also the masses. Anybody who's not you, because you are the 1st house, directly opposite of 7th house. Oh, you are a Leo. Well, there you go. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Everybody's a Leo in here. Oh, that's Sherry. Sherry said she's a Leo. Okay. But let's see for Kayla, what's going on? And you're a life path 9. That's such a cool life path. Such a sense of purpose and passion for life. It's beautiful. You can't make this up. Look at this, Kayla. Courage and confidence. This is what you're bringing to the table to help level yourself up from this to this to this, to the sun, to all of it. It's coming in through that solar plexus. Your confidence, your courage to step out of what you've always done and do something new and different and more bold than you've ever done before. All right, let's get one more over here. Spiritual path for Kayla. Anything else she needs to know? Ooh, these 2. Well, we've got oracle cards and travel. So just tuning into your intuition, either by doing your own cards. I think you would have a very good talent at doing that, or reaching out to others to read cards to help inspire you into your confidence and your courage could really be beneficial as well. But also travel. So your life purpose does involve traveling, because people need your light. Your light can't just sit and hover in your house or where you work or just your little community going in circles day after day after day. You need to get out and expand your light by giving your light wherever you go and going a lot of places and traveling. Of course, right now, travel could be hit or miss depending where you're at, what's going on in the world right now. But traveling is a big passion of yours. If it's not right now, I think as you get older and you really step into your sense of purpose, you're going to want to travel more and more and more. Maybe even having like a house where, or like a more nomadic lifestyle, or like you're staying half the year in one place and then half the year in another place. Something like that. Let's see. We're going to get one more for Kayla on her spiritual path from this thing. Please, Spirit. Anything else for Kayla? Anything else? Yes. You are getting spiritual understanding, which we really did tune into with the Straddling Worlds card. Very similar color schemes as well. But Archangel Raziel, I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. So just going along your spiritual path and really leaning into your spirituality, Kayla, it is going to bring you those epiphanies. It's going to bring you that courage and allow you to really step into your sense of purpose. That's something I really hope to do when the kids are older. Yeah, and then on the back of this deck over here, you did have the children card, but I didn't mention it because I was like on a tangent, and I didn't want to go off on a tangent, I meant to say. But there is something to do with you being a parent and contracting to bring those souls through was very important for you. So you probably have soulmate connections with all of your children because you've known these children before. Maybe even the day you met your baby, you're like, I've known you forever. Like you just feel that. And I got chills right as I said that too. So your kids are a very important part of your life purpose. We also have healer on the back of the deck. So you have the spiritual gift of healing and a desire to share it with others. But just your healing words, just being that mother, that nurturing energy to your children is very healing to this planet. Being the right kind of mom, not perpetuating old cycles of trauma from your family lineage, really being a parent to your own inner child as well. But you're finding a better way to parent than your mother, grandmother, grandma, all the way down the line. You're finding better ways to break old contracts and create new contracts oh, you're so welcome. I want to cry. Yeah, I'm feeling the excitement though. Like it's really bubbling in you. And in divine timing, it's going to awaken because a big, huge, huge part of your purpose right now, Kayla, is to be an amazing mother to those children. Even if you feel like you're failing every day, you're not. You are doing amazing things for those kids, and just being there and allowing them to live with you and be in your energy and vice versa, it's very beneficial for all of you. So it is a very important part of your purpose to just be in their energy and them being in your energy, because it's going to inspire you every day of your life moving forward and theirs as well. And you're really helping them feel into their potential from a very young age so that they feel they can be and do whatever they want. Where maybe you didn't get that same thing from your parents or, just your family lineage where they were very supportive of all your dreams as a kid maybe, but you are very supportive of your kids' dreams and always will be, which is beautiful. All right, Kayla, that was so powerful and awesome. I don't know what it is about like the last part of the live streams, but they get super powerful. I don't know what it is. I love it though. I'm here for it every single day. All right, so I still don't have a donation coming in from whoever asked earlier. So if you did send that, let me know and I can double check. But for now, I think we're going to get into Jesse's reading. So 2:46:01, Jesse, 2 hours, 46 minutes, and 01 seconds. Timestamp in Jesse's reading. And let's see. So nothing comes to mind, but if you feel there's someone in the chat that needs it, go ahead and give it to that person. Aw, to be honest, I have no question to ask. So I guess she wants to give this reading away. So if someone here would like a reading, just go ahead and post your question one time. Jessie has donated her question to whoever wants it, whoever needs it most. So I will let Spirit decide. I'm not even deciding. I'm not putting myself after. Yeah, Ethan, I will put you after that. So if you are here and you can hear me, put your question in the chat. We'll see who can get it. Yep. We'll see who Spirit decides to give this question to. Even if you've already had a reading, don't worry about it. Just put your question out there. Spirit knows who needs this more than anyone else. Okay, so I'm going to take a drink of water and not look over here so as to not get my ego involved over here. And then, of course, Luna Divine, a.k.a. Marley, if you are here, you did donate a while back now. And I don't think we did your question, did we? I'm not looking at the chat. I'm looking above the chat. Scroll above. Okay. I'm not seeing. I don't think I did hers. I got real into these last few readings and lost track of my life. So I don't think I did Luna's question. Okay. Itchy face. Okay, I'm closing my eyes. I'm just going to give you guys about 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds. I'll take another drink of water. Okay. Well, Lunar, my eyes went right for it. There we are. So here we go. Zar, it's like she knows. She's got that radar that Spirit knows she needs a reading, and here she is. All right, Zar. Okay. She wants a spaceship past life. Here we go. And even a message from Grandma if it wants to come in. Let's tune into this spaceship past life. Actually, I'm changing, shifting gears here. Spaceship past life, please, Spirit. White Newman Tarot. Here we go. Anything from the spaceship past life for Lunar. Ooh. Wow, okay. So this to me feels like a Lyra life. Lyra life. Lyra life. There were many. I'm hearing there were many incarnations on Lyra before it was destroyed. But I'm seeing this as one of, if not the last one. Okay, yeah. Yep, here we are. So this is that last life as we're seeing it destroyed. And I say we because we were together. We were sisters in that life. If you remember, so we're tuning in. What do we need to know about that? We fought so hard, so long and so hard, but we did have to give up. I always call this my Olympic athlete card. Like, don't give up. You're almost to the finish line. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. But like, we had to. We had no choice. We would go down with the ship, or literally get on a ship and get the heck out of Dodge, or we were going down with it. I'm seeing that we went on the ship for a while in that life. Again, we, because we're sisters, we were together. Yeah, but see, I'm seeing that we stayed there for what we would consider like 3 Earth years, just kind of orbiting around, just checking the destruction from time to time, and just blood, sweat, and tears, the whole 9 yards. No pun intended, 9 yards, 9 of swords. Sorry, 9 of wands, 9 yards. But then we went to Vega. They're showing me we were just kind of doing the same thing over and over, and it's like, what's the definition of insanity for those of you in the back? Okay, let's do something different. We checked out Vega. We went over to Vega, and we really did set down and establish some roots there. I'm going to tune specifically into you because I do see you met a Vegan, so we were both females in that life, but you met a Vegan man. Yes. And he, after all of that you've been through, he offered you the love and attention and affection, because we were still rather young-ish when that planet went down. What you would consider young teens, probably 13, 14. I actually see you as the older sister in that life, which is interesting. But you were 17, almost 18 when we got to Vega, and almost right away you met this beautiful vegan man. And it was very hard, at first, to put down those roots and trust that, okay, ish really went to hit the fan on the last planet we were on. Like, of course, we're like traumatized and like, what's happening over here? And it took a lot for you to trust and open up. By age 21, so from about almost 18 to 21, you realized, okay, he's secure, he's stable for me, he's going to take care of me. And not that he had to, but like he wanted to. They were a very empathic race of people, just like the Lyrans were. And yeah, I think yes. This is Dustin's energy. So, oh my gosh, such chills. Wow. So yeah, he was a vegan when you were the Lyran. So, not to say you didn't have other past lives with each other than that, but like that last Lyran life, he was a vegan, you were a Lyran, coming in hot. But he did put down that stability and security that you desperately needed. I mean, what, after your planet blows up, what do you need more than anything? A King of Pentacles. Stability, earth, energy to bring you back out of the ship and have a safe place to land, and you could trust him. Wow. Yes. Oh my gosh. What else with this life? Any lessons? Anything that's crossing into this life that needs to be highlighted? Yeah, we got something here. Yeah. Wow. This is powerful because this is you stepping into your High Priestess abilities. This is him not feeling stuck in just the job he's in, but being able to branch out. I mean, he literally flies in this life. Like, he literally drives a spaceship in this lifetime, if you think about it. Of course, he's not going out in space, but like, details, whatever. And he could go anywhere he wants, but yet probably feels very stuck where he's at right now. Like, isn't that interesting? But you are helping each other get unstuck. It's so beautiful because you are just as much stability for him in this life as he was for you in that life. I'm just hearing you are his safe place to land in this life, which is interesting because he was also your safe place to land in this life, but like it was very mutual. And I think with him it was more emotional rather than physical. And with you it was physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, all the things. But with him, yeah, that's probably why he wanted to be a pilot in this life. But there is this kind of grace period you guys are in because they're pointing me to the current day moment. Just needing to rest and kind of cocoon in over this winter, just be a little family of four, create some beautiful memories and just relax and rest, recuperate over these winter months because I'm seeing, avian, beautiful blue avians. Ooh, love it. But what I see is him and you by March of 2022, there's going to be something that kind of releases the chains around this hanged man, and he's going to be able to take the more positive parts of this hanged man energy and see another way to be able to do what he wants in a new place. And you're going to know, they're showing March of 2022, you guys are both going to know and resonate with the same place to go. Whether this place is going to be your forever place, I don't think it is, because I think both of you do have this like wanderlust, almost like every 5 years you want to pack up and do something totally different, which is cool. But you can support each other in this. But I think by March of 2022, you're going to know your next step. You're going to know your next place. And then you're going to start taking steps and actions and getting on the road to that. But right now, because right now, this is where you're at. You're feeling this hanged man energy. You're feeling the need to kind of hunker down for a bit, but also kind of confusion. Do we go to here? 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 The blue in that hanged man energy. Yes, look at that. Let's just get one more word of advice. Here we go. Yeah, that confusion. You're getting the clarity. The clouds are parting and that full moon is really illuminating things. But look, there's that temperance coming in to really balance out that. Do we do this? Do we do that? Do we do this? Do we do that? It's like, we're doing this. Got lots of major arcana here too. Think about it. We've got the temperance, the moon, hangman, and the high priestess all checking on in. So there's lots of transformation coming in this life. And I like, other countries, different family members. Yeah, exactly. But this is almost like you guys with this hunkering down of this winter. It's almost like you're cutting energetic cords with those like Eric that you just don't want to be associated with anymore. Cutting cords with just those who you love them, and it's great that they're family and everything, but you don't feel the need to live right next door or anything. Like, you can cut their wishes and desires for you right out so that you can then get the clarity you need to go in the direction that is best for you. All right, so that's good. Good. So let's get a message from your grandmother. Any messages coming in from Zara's grandmother, the one that feels very closely connected to Ellie right now? Yeah, so you have nothing to feel guilty about. And I think this does have to do with the lack of information you have about her, or just some of the questions you have surrounding her life and her lineage and what she stood for, and maybe even traits that you feel you inherited from her. I think there's some body issue traits, or because she's saying like body dysmorphia almost, or like just feeling very uncontent in your own body, that you actually, that's like a trauma you actually inherited from her. I think your mom has some dealing with that as well, but it almost really affected you more than your mom. Like, it kind of skipped, not quite totally over her, but a little. Then we have here, there's no such thing as death. So this is her just letting you know, yeah, I physically left that body, but I'm still very operational in your lives. And she does want you to be able to clear out a lot of that trauma from the body issue, and just trauma with a lot of narcissism on that side of the family even. And these were not things that were set out to be like, let's just be rude to everybody. Like, these were coping mechanisms that then resulted in narcissism and narcissistic tendencies and narcissistic behavior. And it's not you. Like, you didn't inherit the narcissistic tendencies. this is from your mother on up. Could even be with some of, like one of your brothers I'm seeing maybe has this tendency as well. But there is no such thing as death, because she wants you to know there's no time like the present to heal a lot of that past trauma, because it's going to only improve future generations and your own life there on out. All right, let's get one more message from grandmother, and then I'm going to double check. Nope, we didn't get any other donations. So Ethan will be our last donation, unless the donation comes in the next couple of minutes. But she is very close to you, especially now, because she's saying this wasn't always the case. She's saying that it's just been in the last 2 years she's started really checking in, and especially these last 3 months. 3 months, and she'll continue to be there. There is a definite soul connection with her, and she did have to incarnate as your grandmother in this life. But she says she prefers a lot of lifetimes where she actually acts as a spirit guide to you. And there have been lives where you've acted as a spirit guide to her, but like you just like you've said before, Zar, you and I both are like very masochistic about our healing. Like, just bring it on. We a lot of times, and I don't know why I'm including myself in this, but like I am. But we a lot of times will just be like, I volunteer as tribute to like go into the earth plane and play out all this crazy psychotic behavior on this planet that's going on, to clear a lot of karma for our soul families and all of that. Because a lot of us, we feel guilty for things maybe that we did in past lives, that we want to keep coming back and making up for it. So yeah, that's really what I see with that. But there is still a very deep soul connection. Yeah, I'm still taking questions if you want to get your donation in the next few minutes. I'll probably only be able to take 2, maybe 3 more questions of donations. We do have Ethan's. Yes, we're tribute for sure. And I still have never read or watched those, but like I get the general gist of the Hunger Games premise and all that. I probably need to just watch it and read. Probably read then watch, but I don't know. Just like Harry Potter, don't shoot me, people. I've never watched or read Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings or the Game of Thrones. I don't know. I'm so weird about some of those pop culture things. It's like everything that's so trendy, it's like I go the opposite direction. It's like, nope, I don't really want any part of this. I don't know why I do that. It's just a very rebellious streak in me, I guess. Let me grab my pink Mangano calcite that's just been sitting in my lap this whole time. It's very hard to tell it's pink on camera, but it is, I promise. Because here's clear. You can kind of see the pink, but it's very blown out. I love this. It's so healing. I wish I could have seen that when I'm 18 plus. My heart just shattered when you mentioned you haven't watched Lord of the Rings. I know, right? I know. Of all the ones I just named, though, that's the one I definitely do want to see and read, because, I don't know, hobbits, that's so cool. Like, and the premise that I know about that, like, I could totally get on board, because I feel like he must have been a very spiritual person. Tolkien, or however you say his last name, I never know. I think he was a very spiritual person. He may even still be alive, I don't know, but to me there's a very spiritual basis, or maybe even past life, Lemurian, Atlantean kind of basis for his writings. That's just my opinion of what I know. And intuition. Yeah, it kind of looks pearl, but it's not. It's really weird. It's a calcite, but it's just shiny, kind of polished. There we go. We can see it much better that way. Isn't it pretty? It's still a little blurry, but like, I love it. Hope I don't drop it on my keyboard and break my computer. It's very heavy. Yeah, very tuned in. I can feel that. I can feel that energy coming from those books just when I pass them in the secondhand store or the library. It's interesting. Cool. Okay, so Ethan's question. And then whoever donates, we will get into their question. And then I'm going to sign off and go do some self-care Saturday night. I'm going to take some meditation time to just go unwind in my bath and ground myself and then meditate and all that fun stuff. Huge inspiration in your life. Can only watch the extended editions. Yeah, and I probably wouldn't have it any other way, because it's like whatever's available, I want it all. Like if that's what's available, I don't want just like the condensed version of anything. Just bring no abridged versions for me. Bring the whole thing. Let's just do this whole thing right. You're so welcome, Lunar. It's so cool. Such a cool life. And I like when past lives can tie into this life and we can feel who these people are in our lives in this life, and it just makes so much sense. Oh yeah, you can just post your question. Okay, well, let's do Kat's question then, Ethan. You can post your question. I can scroll back up if we have to. But Kat, go ahead and post your question, my dear. We'll get right into it. That was very quick for you. No waiting list. Oh, inner conflict with herself and needs some guidance. Okay. Awesome. Is that Kat's question? Okay. I know maybe I'm not ready for this, but like to fuel my daydreams every once in a while, who is the man I'll have children with? My soulmate, his personality, and all that. Okay, let's feel into it. Who is Kat's long-term significant other soulmate that she has children with? If that's a potential, please let us know. Who is this person? Okay, but tell me no. Tell me no, not yet. Alright, here we are. Okay, these two. Now we got some action going. Okay, wow. Well, this is someone who it's like it's going to pay off. All that inner strength you had to tune into, like say with this Becco situation and all of that, that inner strength is really leading you to something greater, because it's like you're leaving all the storms and chaos behind you and walking hand in hand with your own inner strength. But the Nine of Pentacles, this is your hard work paying off. So being dedicated to your own journey, to your own self-love, your own self-care is going to bring you in alignment with your soulmate who you do have children with eventually. So let's just see what self-love and self-care your higher self is, suggesting for you, Kat. I go straight to the source. Higher self knows where it's at. Yeah, morning. The world awaits you. And I've always hated that we call mourning because it's like mourning, like sadness, like grief. It's like I always tell my kids, grand rising. Like it's just so much more fun than good morning. I'm mourning. But it's almost like you're waking up from your own like past. It's like the death of one version of you is now waking up to a new version of yourself, like birthing a new version of yourself, and the world awaits you. It's very full energy, very new, very vibrant, ready to get out there and see what's available. So just putting yourself out there and just knowing what's best for you by loving yourself through anything you're going through. But we've got the number 40 here, which, if I'm not mistaken, Kat, did we get a 4 before? Like 444 in your reading? It might have been someone else's, but just correct me if I'm wrong. But that's stability. That's support from spirit, from your crossed over loved ones, and calling on them for help when you need clarity, you want guidance. We've also got the universe, yes, and another 4. Oh my goodness, 31 and 40. So 4 and 4. So we got 44. You didn't get it before, now you're getting it. Get it before. So there's more 4s. Wow. So you're going to be seeing 44 off the chain, or 444 off the chain, or, the number 4 is very relevant to you. But the number 4 with 4 of Wands is a very celebratory card. That's wedding, that's marriage, that's a house, that's stability. It's beautiful, but we're all just stardust. So this is you remembering who you are on a soul level or a higher level, and embodying more of that, because the world is waiting for you to bring on more of your light. Awaken to your true mission here. And that's what I think when you do that, that's when you're going to meet a person. So let's get this person's personality. Any hints from spirit about this person, their personality, what they're like, just anything spirit wants to highlight about Kat's long-term partner that she could potentially have kids with. Please, spirit. Ooh, you got something. Well, yeah, you've got more than one potential. Again, free will reigns the day. You've got more than one romantic soulmate. That doesn't mean you have to get in a really long-term, serious, committed relationship, and if you have one more, that has to break up and you have to go in that direction. No, these are just potentials. But you've got a lot of potentials in this life to have happiness, to bring children in. And it's going to be up to you. You have free will here to be able to decide and discern who this person is. But I do have a feeling they're a water sign. We've got 2 cups here. Well, we got the 2 of cups and then the 7 of cups. 2 cups cards. So this is someone who would be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I'm really especially seeing their rising sign being the water sign. So their sun sign might be a fire or an earth or an air. It doesn't matter as much. I'm really seeing them having a water rising sign. And for that, they would have to know their exact time of birth to get that completely accurate. But this person is a soulmate connection. This is love. This is happiness, contentment, fulfillment. Let's see. And this person wants to provide for you, wants to give you a beautiful life, kids, a family. And I do see 2 kids too. 2 of cups. I'm seeing 2 kids. And yeah, 2 of pentacles. So there you go. There's your 2 kids. Probably one of each, a boy and a girl. I'm hearing though there is potential for more if you wanted more. But there's definitely, I'm seeing maybe the boy first, the girl second, but that's not set in stone. And then 3 of cups. So yeah, the potential for more from the 2 to the 3, celebration, happiness, close friendships, just having a very close-knit family and like extended family, friends circle, just like very, almost like a television series, how, you know, how all these different families in the town are all interwoven with each other and love each other and support and help each other. Like that's the kind of future I see with you and those that mean a lot to you. Like it's very important for you to have like a lot of supportive people in your life. And it is part of your purpose to be able to have that. But let's tune into this person further for Kat. Long-term potential soulmate. Okay. Passion. Yes. Excitement, passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So we have Michelle Lynn giving us a donation for another question. There's passion, excitement, inspiration. Maybe it has a lot of fire energy to balance out a little bit of that water as the ascendant. So that could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius vibes. And very soon. So I think very soon you are really tuning into this self-love and really deciding what you want. Because when you can make that decision, that puts everything in like a what do you call it? Like a ripple effect. Once you make a decision, it's like that's like throwing a pebble in the water and boom, boom, boom. And then very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So just, you know, having these ideas and daydreams about who this person could be and then manifesting them from there. But speaking of that, let's get a couple of archetype cards on who this person might be. We're going to tune into their good qualities. So just good qualities about Kat's future long-term potential person. Okay, yeah. So I have a feeling they're older than you. They are someone who does act as a mentor in your life in a way. They really have a good sense of security and stability, probably financial worthiness, or they know what's up to establish financial stuff. But it says here, passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. So they might even be like a teacher to you, like a literal teacher, possibly. But I don't see this person being scandalous and trying to date you like as a student. Or maybe they're just someone you get tutoring from or learn a lot from. I mean, it doesn't have to be like physical, actual university or school in any way, but like someone you feel you can learn a lot from could still be like resonating with that mentor card. And we had one fall to the floor. We've got the athlete. So this person probably has a good physique, or they really do care about their physical vessel and taking care of their physical vessel. This says dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. Yeah, so this person probably did overcome maybe even bullying, or I'm seeing maybe even having obesity in the family and maybe even being obese themselves like as a child, but they overcame that and they really take pride of ownership in their body and try to be as healthy as they possibly can. Let's get one more for Kat, just to brighten her day. And we've got addict. Oh my gosh, I lost the whole deck. We will deal with that later. I'm just not right now. We have addict, so helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. So yeah, this person really does help you overcome a lot of what you've been through in the past. But I think you've really done your own inner work as well. And this person's overcome a lot of their own past things that have held them back to be able to overcome and then become the teacher because they've been through it. They've been through it so they can then teach, because there is that like saying, teach what you know or write what you know. Okay, so I hope that resonated for you, Kat. That feels good. That feels like this person wants to take care of you and have a stable foundation and a future and children. So that's awesome. There is someone out there for you, probably more than one someone with that 7 of Cups that we had earlier. But we're tuning into the most likely candidate there. So yeah, powerful stuff. I like it. I actually want to get one more from this deck, I think. Just a nice message for Kat to bridge the gap between now and when she meets this person. Please, Spirit. Okay. Yeah, look, this is where you are now. Caressa. You are at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and guide you to your next steps. Happiness awaits you now. So there touches on all those 4s we were getting with the support from Spirit. And then the happiness awaiting you now was that very 4 of Wands energy I was picking up. Like, that's happiness. Wow. Yay. Yay, Kat. You are a lucky girl. You do have options. You really do. That is for sure. Okay. So really, Lunar, if you wanted a timestamp, that is your timestamp. 2 hours, 46 minutes, and 1 second. Because she donated her question. Okay. Where am I going? Where am I going? Where is this deck? Here it is. Okay, so Ethan and Michelle Lynn. So Ethan, if you want to go completely last, we can do that. Wow, I'm just losing everything now. It's all flopping out. So how about this? Ethan or Michelle Lynn, whoever posts their question first, we'll get into it. All right. Just going to throw those on the floor to join the rest of the bunch. All right. General, I keep erasing what I'm writing, so I hope Spirit knows what I need right now. Okay, we'll feel into it. Let's just let Spirit take the wheel. Spirit knows what's up. Okay. So let's tune in. I have this need to just take a deep breath, like, just center myself. Okay, here we go. Yes, that's your timestamp. I wrote it down for Jessie, and then she just wanted to donate it, so there we go. Okay, here we go for Michelle Lynn. Just what is it that she needs to know right now, Spirit? She tried to articulate some things, but, well, there is some good celebration, some sisterhood, some brotherhood, just hanging out with family or friends or celebration energy in your horizon. So there is something to celebrate. Could even look like getting that new job. Again, not sure exactly what that job would be, but we'll find out. Maybe if Spirit wants to illuminate. Just whatever Michelle Lynn needs to know right now, Spirit, please feel into this and give her some clarity. Please, Spirit. Ooh, someone from the past. I'm seeing like girlfriends from the past, especially rather than like the masculine energy, like friends from high school or friends from your past. Or maybe even getting an idea of a new job or a lead on a new job from someone from your past that was like a soul sister type of energy. Number 1 priority before this year ends. Yes. So let's feel into this job situation. Anything else she needs to know? Yeah. So this is just closing the cycle on where you're at, because where you're at is, I mean, this is toxicity. Literally, probably emotionally and figuratively as well. It's just, you've come to the end of the comfort zone in this job, and it's going to be you taking that leap of faith is going to feel way more refreshing than staying stuck where you are. So after she leaves this job, or, maybe, I think, okay, because what they're showing me is you definitely want to have something lined up before you leave your income, leave your job, which I totally get that. So let's just see, is there anything that Michelle can do while still being at this job to secure herself a new and more accommodating and fitting job for her current energy? yeah, maybe you hanging out with some friends and going out and doing something fun, or could even be family, going out, having a good time. I know we kept getting that hermit energy, but it's almost like this is the counterbalance to that hermit energy is you having some fun, counter a balance of hanging out with friends and family to counterbalance. I keep saying that. All of that hermit energy that is being called for you to do that introspection. So it's not just hermit yourself. It's also put yourself out there. Like that's the energy I'm getting. But this is a celebration of a new job, of a new home, of a new wedding, relationship. So everything that it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But again, when? We don't know when. We don't really know when. But yeah, lots of community effort, lots of hanging out, lots of just putting yourself out there, maybe even meeting new people. But I do see some people from your past coming in, especially that like sisterhood energy. Oh, he's gay, so maybe that's feminine. That could absolutely be. Yes, absolutely. That just divine feminine. I should probably just preface everything by saying instead of just sisterhood, just say feminine, divine feminine energy. But yeah, I could totally pick that up. Just feeling good, having fun, that just puts it out there. But yeah, as you do these things, as you put yourself out there, have some fun. It won't be long after you start doing these things that you do have that job. You will get word of this job, you will act on it, get your application in, get your resume in, and you'll hear back very quickly on maybe even the first job you apply for. Or it's between the first and the third jobs you apply for, you're going to hear back that you got the job. And can you start yesterday? Like that's the energy here. It's going to be so fast moving. It's almost like it's so weird, like counterbalance. Like you've been feeling stuck and stagnant and like get me out of here for so long that once you get word that it's over, it's going to be quick. Like, whoa, that's over, starting something new. Oh my gosh, I can't even keep up with this. It's so like, and maybe that's why I felt the need to just at the beginning of the reading, like, because things are really going to start picking up once these couple of things fall and click into place. Stuff's then moving forward so much quicker than it has in years and years and years and years for you. Wow. Anything else she needs to know about this new job? Anything at all. Anything at all. They're just going to keep talking us in circles. There's your hermit. Counterbalance all this community and celebration we are getting with these two and really these three cards, possibly. And then we've got that hermit balancing it out, temperance energy too, and then the fool, taking that leap of faith. So going within, really doing that introspection and knowing what you want so that you can then start taking action in that direction. And then boom, it happens real quick, and then you can take that leap of faith because you know that you have the wings to catch you. And my music ended because I've been live so long. So I'm going to go restart that real quick. All right, maybe. Looks like it's frozen. I don't know. Maybe we don't need it. I don't know. I don't see you guys. I hope we're still good. Because I clicked. There we go. I'm back. Okay. My computer's lagging now. Yeah, by the end of this year, Michelle feels she'll be in a different vibration. Can you elaborate on that, please, Spirit? Ow. I'm trying to squeeze down here. Yeah, you're closing out all this old stuff. Yeah, because look, a lot of this is coming full circle from your first reading today. That 9 of Swords you had at the beginning, just that anxiety, that stress, like what's happening next? I don't know what's happening. And you finally saying enough's enough at this job, standing up for yourself, putting applications in other places and saying I'm done with this place. And then maybe even when you leave, you kind of can, I don't know if they do exit interviews or anything like that, but maybe just letting the right people know, hey, I loved a lot of what happened here, but there was a lot that was left to be desired, and I'm just letting you know. Not like burning bridges or anything, but it might come to that. Like with someone you work with, they might like take it as a personal attack that you left. Like, but don't let that hold you back because that's on them. That has nothing really to do with you or what you did. It's just they might feel like, oh, how could they leave me here by myself? How dare she? But then with the Hierophant, it's like you're finding new ways to, yeah, you will speak your truth once you leave. I can totally see that. And maybe even a certain, like, I don't know, person above you might even take it the wrong way. Like, well, she's just bitter or, whatever. But like, you can't let that hold you back or even let that hold you back from speaking your truth in the first place. Because like you're leaving, like what can they do about it now? But look, there's that deep calming breath that we took at the beginning. And going the traditional route, because this is the Hierophant, which is all about tradition, but like it's depicted in a very non-traditional way. So it's like you're getting a traditional job in a very non-traditional way. Or maybe you're getting a non-traditional job in a very traditional way. I mean, we can interpret that a few ways. But let's just see by the end of the year what energy is going on for Michelle Lynn with this new job. Please, Spirit. Yeah, new job. This could be new love, new pregnancy, but let's all get ahead of ourselves. Let's not put the cart before the horse. New job, new home, new emotional happiness, new excitement. So by the end of the year, there's at least a lead on something that's going to give you this excitement and happiness in your life. Yes, they get offered by offered, or do you mean offended? Everything now is good at work, but I'm wondering if someone will happen that will trigger me speaking my truth. I mean, it could. Let's just see. Let's feel into that. Could something happen to trigger Michelle into speaking her truth before she actually does leave the job? I don't think it will. I just think maybe you leaving might even come as a shock to some people. Like, well, she seems like she's good here. Like, I don't know. And then you leave. And then it's like sad for certain people and they may take it personally, but it's a victory for you. Leaving is good for you. This is so good for you. Like, this is exactly what you need, is to leave. This is exactly what you need. Because even if you feel like, okay, it's okay now, it's still very stasis, very stuck energy, and you deserve better than that. And by the end of the year, you at least have a new beginning. In some capacity in your life, there is a new beginning. Oh, S will be sad. Yeah, right. He might be, huh? Yeah, I was picking up on that energy of him maybe being a little upset. His soul sister here is leaving, or maybe wishes was more than a soul sister, but she's leaving. But I don't know. Yeah. All right. Yeah, your soul does need something new after 13 years. And 13 is an interesting number, because that to me does sometimes result in the end of a cycle. I've always associated 13s with endings and new beginnings, which numerologically speaking, it's a new beginning mixed with the 3, which is like collaboration and completion of something old. So yeah, very death card energy. Let's just get one more to really tune this up, tie it in a pretty bow. By the end of the year, anything going on with Michelle Lynn's new work endeavor? Yeah, because you're putting the effort in, you're putting in the work. Yes. You thought the same thing. Yes, absolutely. Ding, 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 we have a winner. You're putting in that effort and work, and it's going to pay off, because the very next card, whoops, at least by the end of the year, your hard work will be seen. And this is you honing your skills, honing your craft, really knowing what you're doing. And then by the end of the year, going into 2022, I really do see that 9 of Pentacles, like your hard work finally paying off. You're in a place where you can start all over in a new way and feel really fresh and exciting energy and actually make a lot more money. That's the biggest part of this, is not the biggest part, but like a really great bonus is you're going to be able to make a lot more money than you do now. So way more stability and security, even in the job. Yeah. Victory by the end of the year in some way. Big victory, because this came out twice. I put it away, it came out again. And then Empress. This is you being able to birth into reality a new reality for yourself. Not probably figurative, not literally, but maybe figuratively, more metaphorically speaking. Very fertile energy with you. But that Ace of Cups could have also been more representative of more metaphorical rebirth energy. Rebirth. And then you had the Ace of Cups in that other reading about all of this, and metaphorically speaking. Yes, all right, Michelle, that was awesome. So did Marley ever come in? I don't know that she did, but she left the donation, no question with it. She was here and then she wasn't. But I am actually going to get a pen. Where did I put my pen? It should be here. I feel very, very, what's the word, like awkward without the music. I feel like I'm all by myself, which I know I'm not. Interesting. Can't wait to celebrate. I can't wait to celebrate with you. I cannot wait. That'll be so good. yeah, it's hard going through it, but you know it's worth it. Absolutely. Yeah, you can always look back and like it was so worth it, but like it sucked in the moment, but like we're here for it because we overcame it. Where's my pen? Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna just write down holdover would be Luna Divine Marley. I'm going to write her last name down just for my reference. Okay. I want to make sure I hit her back when she comes over, and I will give her a reading at that point because things happen. Phones die. People go to sleep. Like, these live streams are 3 hours, 28 minutes, 57 seconds long or longer sometimes. So I get it. People don't want to wait around. But she still deserves to get her question answered. So if she had left the question, I could timestamp it, but I don't want to just presume that I know the question or the answer to her question or the question in and of itself. So, Ethan's question. My friend has mixed feelings for this guy, and she is not sure what to do. Her head is being logical and telling her to focus on herself, and her heart really likes this guy. So she has this inner conflict within herself and needs some guidance. Okay. Actually, we're not going to start here, but Spirit wants to. So, this could have potential to be, you know, not like literal engagement because, you know, high school vibes, but long term, this could end up being something. This really could end up being something. I mean, this really, really, really could end up being something. Flirt. You deserve love. Engagement. New love. So at the very least, it wouldn't hurt to allow herself to flirt and just see where it goes. But just because she's dating someone doesn't mean she can't still also then focus on herself and just take it slowly, you know? Bro, what? Yeah, right? But let's just feel into Ethan's friend who likes this guy, kind of wondering, head and heart kind of confused and split. What do I do? What do I do? Spirit, what does she do? I mean, Spirit's kind of been pretty clear here. Yeah, I can see why she's kind of feeling like maybe I need to focus on myself, but like I kind of want to do this thing. It's like, you know, someone who totally felt left out in the cold, they wouldn't be lurking outside the warm place. Like, there is a part of her that I think wants this. I really do see that. Yeah, I do see that and she's kind of almost beating herself up. Like, I should be responsible. I should just focus on me. Like, I can totally see that. But, like, really what she's doing is kind of, like, shooting herself in her own foot. Like, as far as her happiness goes. Because I think this could be a fun relationship. And, I mean, I don't see it being, like, forever. Like, I mean, maybe. I mean, who knows? Maybe young love is a thing. So, like, I'm not going to be the one with my ego to come in here and try to trample on these dreams. Let's just see what ego has to say about this connection. Yeah. So after you know, the Ace of Wands is, oh my gosh, I think I like this guy. And then the Two of Wands is, do I go after this guy? Do I not? You know, kind of undecided energy and maybe making a plan, but like not sure if the plan's going to work out. But then getting to the Three of Wands is actually taking action on, okay, I like you. Now what are we going to do? And then being able to take action on that and then actually seeing happiness come in. The ship coming in as a result, which is kind of the opposite of this, where I'm hoarding everything I have because I don't think anything else good is coming in. Yeah, they're already good friends. Okay. And maybe it could be too with this. Ooh, yeah, this is exactly what I'm seeing now. With this combination especially, it's like, well, if we make this thing and it doesn't work out, like, then we ruined our friendship. Like, that's maybe what's holding her back. I think maybe she already does do some of this flirting, and they flirt with each other, and maybe that's what really sparked that, you know, kind of Ace of Wands interest in her initially. But let's just see, like, how their friendship will be if it comes out that one or the other like each other. This is good. This is new beginning. This is a new way of communicating. So maybe before they were more friendly, maybe slightly flirty, but like whole new way of communicating. Whole new way of showing up in relationships with each other right here. But this could be the beginning of, I mean, two beginnings here, like Ace of Cups vibes, Ace of Swords vibes. But also she does deserve love. She deserves happiness. She deserves to have a little fun, and it might actually be something that, you know, we're going to have to plan now where we're both going to college at the same place because, like, I love you now. Like, it could lead there. Wow. Yeah, she could hesitate because she's afraid of putting herself out there. Yeah, being vulnerable is tough and risking already good things. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. But let's just see if she does bite the bullet on this and confesses some love feelings. Like, what will happen? Because I do feel this feeling between her and him is mutual. Yeah. Long-term stability. This could be something long-term. Committed relationship, because this is a committed queen if there ever was one. She will take this the distance. Yeah. But changing that dynamic, I mean, that could change everything. But really, in her case, this is changing for the better. You know, she's like putting herself out there to make this better. Like I don't know. This feels new and exciting, but like in a whole new way that she hasn't allowed herself to tune into yet. It's just, magician. She can do whatever she wants. She can have this. She can have her cake and eat it too. She can just be friends. She can have the romance. Like, but this is very unheard of with most young love. So this to me feels like a soulmate connection that they maybe just tuned into way early, which is cool. That's fine. Doesn't have to be anything but fine here. But let's just see long term. What does this mean long term if they create a relationship? Well, yeah, I mean, this is past life stuff. They're just kind of picking up where they left off in a past life. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Not literally reconciling from like a breakup in this, life, but, maybe an ending of lives. Because it almost reminds me like, or looks like she's very blue here, which to me almost is like she's spirit, like she's almost see-through. It's like she might have died in a past life before him, before they could really have the future that they planned. And maybe this is just them picking right up where they left off, in a way. But of course, having that friendship since 8th grade. Yeah. Oh my. Let's get one more, just for S and G's. Ish and giggles. What else about this long-term commitment? Yeah, they're healing from past. Oh wow. Look at this. Oh my god, I have chills. Like I said, she died before they could make this thing really long term. It's like a father left with 2 children and mothers in spirit. Oh my god, I have chills. Oh my god. Wow. Yeah, they're picking right up where they left off. That doesn't mean, though, she's got free will. That doesn't mean she has to create a whole love story in this life. But she can. Like, she can. Interesting times. She died in childbirth. So her and the baby both died, but he was left with 2 older children. Wow. Because look, it's like that warm house with the family. They're kind of outside looking in, energetically speaking. They're not in body anymore, so they're kind of checking in on the family. Wow. Holy goodness, I didn't expect this to take a turn for past life stuff. Wow. That's crazy cool. Yeah, it is powerful. You're going to have to timestamp this and show your friend because, wow. It might be a little intense if she wasn't wanting to date till 25, but wow. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I know. Isn't that so cool? And there may even be, I'm seeing there might be some hesitancy on his side to really just dive in head first. Because, and of course she's already feeling that herself, because I see they both are like subconsciously picking up on the fact that if we make this a thing, what if it doesn't end well? Like that's why she has that underlying fear of losing him completely. And he might have that same subconscious fear. But it'd be interesting to see what they do and where they take this, because it's new love, but really is it? It's old love becoming new again. Oh, so beautiful. Wow, that was powerful. Neat. Spirit really delivered today. I tell you what, they were clear with that too. There was no confusion or beating around any bushes at all. They're just like, boom, you want this? Here you go. I know you don't really want it, but like you do want it, but like here's all of it on a silver platter. Oh, that's so cool. I'm happy for her. Hopefully she's happy about it. How cool, Ethan. That was so sweet of you to donate your question to your friend. And look how it paid off. That's so cool. We tuned into some past life interesting stuff. The fact this was clear is saying something. Yes, and you know their situation way better than I do. And Spirit knows it way better than any of us. So, so cute. Aw, that's like young love, but like really like meant to be kind of young love. They could be that like high school sweethearts that become like long-term, die next to each other in bed at age 99 to 100. Aww. Cute. I want some. No. So fun. No, I got my own interesting past life stuff with my husband. Except instead of being loves that lost each other too early, he was my father. Yeah. But still, the commitment, the dedication, the love. At least in the one life that I've really tuned into with us. There have been more, but that's the main one. Over on Alba's channel. Yes. All right. Well, I think that's going to be it. We're 3 hours, 39 minutes, and 48 seconds into this live stream. So I'm going to call it a day and go eat and hang out with my dogs for a minute. Maybe take a bath, do some self-care and some meditation. But yeah, like I said earlier, Patreon will be experiencing the weekly reading tomorrow at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Zara, remind me, I will send that to you. What else? Monday on my main channel, link in the description below, first thing linked. I have a cute and cozy pick a card going live. Wednesday, I'll be live here again, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. And then Thursday on my main channel, I have a lessons you are learning from this pick a card going live again, linked on my main channel in the description below. And then back here Saturday, yes, I will be, maybe, hopefully. That's my plan, but sometimes Spirit has other plans. But I've been going strong for a while now, almost a month. I've been live every day that I needed to be. I did take the 25th of September off so I could go to a concert, but like besides that, I've been pretty on it. All right, you guys, that's all for me today. But thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you, and you. I know there's probably not even that many people here, but all of you who used to be here, I'll see you right here back at the Done Creative Live, also over on my main channel, which is linked in the description, and my Patreon. We are having, I forgot to mention too, on Patreon, the spiritual chat live stream with the Kismet Chemist, aka Monica Anderson, and that will be on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and that's going to be an actual Zoom meeting for all of us that will then be available for replay for everyone else in Patreon. But yeah, Zoom meeting, you can have your video on or not if you choose not to. Yeah, Monica Anderson will be there. That'll be fun. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, but that's what's coming up for me if you want to check it out. Patreon, I think, is also linked in the description if you're interested. And I love you all. Check you later. Have such a wonderful, relaxing evening, Amanda and Ethan too, of course. Yes. I love you guys. Bye.